Welcome to No Fugazi Podcast. I'm your host, Cooley. Tonight is open debate night, and we'll also be reacting to some content. Let's go. And y'all see the suit too, man. Listen, new studio, new podcast by the spirit, not by the letter. Bro, we can go verse for verse all day long.
Made over.
Doing new things are okay with understanding the reality that we are in competition with one another. But you ladies think that you're special. We are in comfort. Men are men of their word. So here's my word. I'll fly you out here. We can do it in person. And after that, we can box. I'm about my business. So remember I said, when I ask you these questions, I will dismantle your entire argument. That's the end of the debate, my dog.
I'm 39, but I don't look your typical 39.
Belly.
Yeah.
You look 39. It's okay though. That man isn't intimidated by a woman like you. He's annoyed by a woman like you. Because a man doesn't want to date another man. He wants to date a woman. All right, welcome back to No Fugazi Podcast. If you hear my audio right now, it sounds very crisp. I finally got rid of that weird background echo noise. But anyways, since you're tuning in, first and foremost, get the likes up. Once you come in, like the podcast, subscribe if you aren't. We are currently live on Facebook and YouTube right now. So yeah, get the likes up. The first link in the YouTube description is going to be for debate night because tonight is open debate night. So if you click that link, you can join right in. For anyone that wants to debate about any topics, this is your time to shine. I do open panels like this because you know what? I like to get my worldview challenged. I don't think I know everything, but so far I'm usually fairly accurate on the things that I speak about. So I got the confidence to do open debate night, and it's free. You don't have to send in any money. You can just click that link. You can come on debate night via your phone or your laptop, and we can go ahead and have a debate or a discussion about anything you want. The next link in the YouTube description is going to be for the membership. We got 3 tiers. The first tier is Gang, second tier is Hitman, third tier is Mob Ties. You get different privileges and perks and accesses to certain things depending on which tier you join. But yeah, join the membership, man. We do plan on having a membership gathering. We're working on locations. I already let my assistant know that we got a few members already that wants to do it. So we're going to work on location, figure something out, probably like Florida. I like Las Vegas. When I went out there, Las Vegas was cool. But Florida, Las Vegas, maybe Houston area. We got to see where the supporters at and do something in a good location where we can all gather, eat some good food, get a workout in, chop it up, speak business, and, just have an event where it's social networking. You know what I mean? The next link in the YouTube description is going to be for one-on-one coaching. I coach men and women on dating and relationships. So if you are a male and your chick is withholding sex for compliance from you, get out of that relationship, bro. It's 2025. She need to be giving that thing up on demand. Now, but click that link if you need some coaching on dating and relationships. I got you. The next link is going to be for, and that's going to be couples coaching, dating and relationship coaching, and also media marketing coaching. Click that link. I do coaching on many things. But the next link is going to be for the Clips channel. Subscribe to the Clips channel. This is where if you don't have time to watch the full 3-hour, 5-hour episode, we break things down in the clips. We break the debates down into clips, and also the girl shows into clips as well, and we post it there. So if you don't have time to watch the full episode, subscribe to the Clips channel. We post clips on there daily. Then the other links is all for the social media. So if you're not following us on X, TikTok, Facebook, or Instagram, where are you? Are you living under a rock or something? What's going on? We're much bigger on those other platforms than we are on YouTube, but YouTube pays the most bread. So, we going live right now, man, giving y'all this good content. So follow us on all other social media platforms. All right. So how debate night works is that I think I already see some people coming up. Okay, yeah, we already got some people coming up. Um, so just make sure your camera is on for debate night when you come up, and your audio is on as well for debate night. But how debate night works, just to get things started, I normally react to clips. So it's going to be clips that members sent me. So I'm going to give some reactions to some clips. We're going to watch clips. I'm going to react to it. And then as people start funneling through, I'm going to go ahead and allow people up for debate night. And once again, we can debate about things you want. If you watch some of my content and you don't agree with my take, well, here's your chance to be like, Cooley, I think you're wrong. Cooley, I don't think you're accurate on this. And then we'll have a debate about it, man. Don't be scared. We got a lot of haters. And haters, this is your chance to shine. This literally is your chance. Think about it. You can get famous off of making me look like a clown by joining debate night. So take advantage of it, man. Like this is no Fugazi podcast. Do other channels do this? Like fully open, just leave the link for free. I mean, yeah, some channels do it, but not a lot. Like if it's any channels that do it, it's normally like, some type of conservative type or channels or men at least. Women, I mean, TikTok, they be doing debates on TikTok, but it'd be trash. It'd be trash on TikTok with the debates that they do. We could even infiltrate some of those TikTok debates maybe later on, depending on how things go. But all right, so let's get into the first clip for today, and I'll give you guys some of my reactions. Currently, let me take a look here. All right, audio looks good. All right. Okay, cool. All right, let's get into the first clip for today. All right, let's go.
No matter what, a powerful man will simp to a woman. Therefore, a woman in every circumstance in life is superior to a man. Okay. I think woman is just
all right off the bat. She said, no matter what, a man, no matter how powerful a man is, the man will always simp to a woman. So that's what she just said. Let's continue on.
a superior gender in general.
So what's your type?
Tall, strong, dominant.
So then wouldn't that be superior to you?
Never. Any man, if you make more money than me, if you're stronger than me and you're taller than me, you'll still simp for me every single time. I think no matter what.
So I guess that was the end of the video. That was all she said there. But, this is a woman that has an overinflated sense of ego where she thinks the world revolves around her. That's what she thinks. This is why she's speaking the way she's speaking. She's also been indoctrinated by feminism, of course. But not only that, she's also been indoctrinated by the simps. All the men that give her free attention, that's in her DMs saying, hey, beautiful, how are you? Hey, gorgeous, can I take you out on a date? Hey, I'll do anything for you to send me a feet pic. There's a lot of simps in her DMs. And what it does is she really doesn't respect the man. She actually thinks that she's better than men because she gets so many men that approach her via DMs, maybe via even in person, and a lot on just other social media platforms that they pedestalize her. So then it gives her a view of men where it's not truly the true view of things because these men are saying anything just to get some vagina. So she thinks she's more special than what she truly is, right? That's what's crazy. The simps mess it up by instilling in these women's mind that, oh, they're special. I have all these guys giving me all of this, free attention. I haven't accomplished anything. I haven't done anything. I haven't even hit them up. What have I accomplished or done, or what value have I even brung besides just being myself? Right? Think about it. Let's just reverse it. Think about men. Let's just reverse everything. Let's say if you can reverse the role and you were a decent, attractive woman and you got all of this free validation and free attention from men, you would be a jerk. You would think that, you're basically a god. Like, think about like if you just had women throwing themselves at you like vagina, vagina. Hey, I'll do anything to lick your coconuts. You're gonna be like, God, God dang, really? You didn't do anything to deserve it. You didn't accomplish anything. You're just like living at home, living with your mom, and you're just a regular man. But you're getting all of this free attention from women. You would definitely have this selfish and narcissistic view of the world, and also view of yourself, like you're higher than thou. And this is essentially this woman right here. But, we have to blame feminism, of course, because feminism, what they promote is, well, women to be independent and women to think that they don't need a man and they can do bad all by themselves. So with the indoctrination of feminism and the indoctrination of all the simps that's in her DMs giving her free attention, she literally thinks that a woman is superior than a man. And no matter how powerful a man is, that man will simp to her. This chick is delusional. And you know what? I would love for a woman like this to come on my podcast. I would love it. Oh, I would love it, because she would get put in her place. Not trying to smash, but most of the men that you encounter are trying to smash. So they'll simp to you and, tell you all the things, just to lie to you, to tell you anything to get some box. Over here, we keep it no fugazi. Ain't nobody lying to this hoe. She gonna get the real. Not gonna be like, yeah, you're average at best. Give her the Kevin Samuels thing. You're average at best, and you only qualify for recreational use only. Most men that are successful, they'll hit it. They'll tell you some stuff that you may think is true about yourself, but it's not true. They're only telling you that so they can hit it or continue to keep hitting it. So wake up out of delusion land. All right, let's get to the next clip. This chick is stupid. She's literally dumb. I'll stop sharing that. Once again, tonight is debate night. Everyone that's coming in and joining stream, you can go ahead and click the first link in the YouTube description and you can join debate night. We can discuss a topic, any topic that you want to discuss, or we can actually have a debate if like you have a point of contention with the things that I say. Go ahead and click that link and I'll allow you right in. All right, let's get to the next clip here. Get the likes up too. Get the likes up. Don't be a ninja watcher. All right, where are we? Okay, right here. Here's the next clip. Okay, let's go. I thought I seen this one before. I don't know, but someone sent it to me. Let's see.
Chilling, Bob.
Already. I used to hoop, man.
I already know. You play for the Bucks and shit. I'm familiar.
Already, man. So what's up with the content, bro? I see your ass going crazy with the content.
How you doing? Nice to meet you. I'm good.
It's not nice to meet you. Nice to see you.
Nice to
no
see you.
fun. You're doing great. The bitch right now talking about get my shit off of the car. Like, what are you talking about?
Let me chop it up real quick.
No, really, realistically right now.
I know. Let me chop it up real quick.
This is your problem.
Ah, I see what this is. Right off the bat, Shorty is being disrespectful. So one, it reads up here, King 6'8" meets Larry Sanders, but his girlfriend ruins the vibe with nasty attitude. Yeah, just off the bat, this woman is disrespectful. She has no respect for literally a 7-footer, a former NBA player, and she doesn't respect them. So she walks up and she says, "Hi, it's nice to meet you." He goes 6'8", goes to shake the man's to shake the girlfriend's hand, and she says, "No, we don't do that." And she went in for a hug, and she said, "It's very nice to meet you." So right off the bat, if my girl, and mind you, chat, this is most likely not his girlfriend. It's probably just some little thing that he dealing with and smashing every now and then. But in her mind, she feels like super, super special. So yeah, like it's crazy how you with a woman and she disrespects you by hugging another man. Meanwhile, the man asks for a handshake, right? Now it's okay to, like, if you're out at a function or something and, everyone is greeting one another and hugging one another, that is fine. Not fine with my girl. My woman knows the rules. You don't hug any other man. The most you do is shake a hand. But I can see how, depending on if like you guys know one another, yeah, that just don't fly over here with me. But maybe some niggas may allow that, or maybe some women may be that, comfortable to be hugging on another man. I don't take those type of women seriously. But anyways, she's totally disrespecting him. Let's continue on.
Yeah.
Stop doing that for real. Please stop.
Maybe I said
No, stop doing that shit.
you about to.
No, I'm
tip a
saying.
line. I'm gonna chop it up.
Bro, the gall for her to speak to a man that's 7 foot tall, former NBA player, someone that's literally rich, to say, stop speaking to me like that. Yo, what? What? This is crazy, chat. This is crazy. She's just like extremely masculine, man, extremely masculine. And she thinks she can assert her authority over a man that's literally 2 feet taller than her. This is crazy. Women only disrespect men like this because she knows she can get away with it. Like, if he was masculine, she would know, like, she would be put in her place. She would have shook another man's hand, and she wouldn't be circling her man like, stop, don't talk to me like that, this and this. And the crazy thing is, when she first approached, he's like, yo, I'm just chopping it up with him. Like, the fact that as a man, you have to explain yourself to a physically inferior being, that's diabolical. And I don't even use the word diabolical, but that's diabolical. Um, I was never at this, bro. I was that. Let me think, because everyone has stages. Like, in a man's life, he has stages. Like, you at this stage, you can garner this type of attention and respect from a woman. You increase this stage, like you level up, then you can garner this type of attention and respect from a woman. I've never experienced this. I'll be honest. I've never experienced this level of public disrespect. I've never even experienced this level of disrespect just alone in a crib. Like, chick, do you know who you speaking to? And the thing is, she speaks to him this way is because she can see a world without him. I repeat, when a woman speaks to you like this is because she can see a world without you. In order for her not to speak to you like this, she has to have the fear of God dwelling in her soul from losing you. Just the thought of losing you gives her anxiety and makes her feel depressed. Like, oh, I could lose him. Her stomach, she gets sick. Even if she think of losing you, bro, she started to get sick. Like, I can't eat. That's how you need your chick, bro. If not, in 2025, they're going to be disrespecting you like this, and you 2 feet taller than a chick and you got $1 million in your bank account. So this tells you money and status is not all. That's not the end all be all. It's also having a masculine frame about yourself, right? Presenting yourself to the woman in a way where where you don't switch up, you don't change, right? When women they'll test you, they'll do all of these litmus tests. They'll put you through all of these litmus tests and poke around to see where you fold. Like, well, let's see if, maybe after I give him some, punani, maybe if I can give him a little attitude, like, hey, I just gave you some punani, so it's after sex. And she's like, hun, could you go grab me, something like this? And he's like, yeah, for sure, baby. Boom, boom, boom. And that's one test. Bro, it's okay catering to your chick. She has to earn that dough. I'm not saying that. But if it's just some little joint that you smashing, nah, man, you getting the drinks. If this is a session and we having a little break right now, you go get the snacks and the drinks. Put her to the test. But what I'm essentially saying here is women will put you through little litmus tests to test your masculinity, to one, see if you're a man of your word and if you can keep your word, to see if you said no about something, and they'll test you to see if they can get a yes out of you. Well, let me say this and do this. Maybe he'll change his mind. Listen, bro, a masculine man, it ain't no change in our mind. If I say no, it means no forever. If I say yes, it means yes. Maybe not forever, because if you act up, it could mean no. So no forever. Yes is, that yes could change into a no if you don't keep your act together. That's masculinity when it comes to, that's a masculine frame when it comes to dealing with a woman in a relationship. So she won't even have the gall of speaking to you like this in public. And not only that, you can tell that he pedestalizes her because she can see a world. She can literally see a world without him. This is why she doesn't have a fear of losing him, because it's like, oh, okay, if he goes, I can get another one. Think about that. This chick ego is so high, she thinks that she can just get another one. Homie is 7 foot, former NBA player and rich. This is why you got to put women in their place, bro. Got to put them in their place. Let's continue on.
Okay. Where you based at? Where you stay at? Okay.
Yeah, but I be doing camps all over the world, bro. I be all over the world with the basketball shit.
Okay.
I just came back from Egypt. I'm about to go to the West Indies with it.
How you?
Bro, she was still lingering around. He already told her, yo, chill. I'm talking to my mans right here. And she's lingering around, speaking back to him like, stop, don't talk to me like that. Bro, and the other thing is too, women, if you have this type of attitude, most men just put you in recreational use only. I doubt this man right here is actually taking her seriously at all. I doubt he's taking her seriously at all. He's just using that for recreational use only and smashing that to pass some time, right? So he's just dealing with that attitude. And guess what, man? I don't recommend to deal with any type of attitude from a woman just for some little box. No, that's called simping. If you got to deal with a woman's attitude just to get some little box, don't do it, bro. Don't do it. Don't do it at all. That is what you call simping. It ain't pimping, it's simping. All right, let's get on to the next clip. All right, before we get into the next clip, looks like we got someone in here that wants to debate. We're going to go ahead and bring him up. Welcome to No Fugazi Podcast. State your name and where you're from.
Oh, what's up, man? I'm Randy. I'm from Connecticut. Just saying what's up. I actually agree with you, so I didn't have anything to debate at the moment, but I just think
cool.
that, yeah, I mean, I don't. I could share a little bit. I mean, I'm literally my marriage is ending. I've been married to literally this modern woman. That these conversations have been, circling around and trending, and it's actually like real life, right? And the second that I started speaking up, more masculine, and just putting my foot down, if you will, yeah, she and interpreted that as abusive, toxic masculinity. It's just crazy. And to summarize my whole journey, 6-year marriage about to go down. Um, you know, she settled, but she was not honest with herself. She feels like she settled. I'll be very clear about that. But anywho, it just to me explained her behavior, talking down to me, all these things, and all the while was always a good man, stand up man, took care of my business, took care of the bills. That's just I had a good example of marriage. So anyway, I won't talk too long on that, but I always had a good example, so I knew what I wanted. I wanted to get married, so I knew what marriage entails in the work, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And so she didn't. And anytime I tried to educate her, like, okay, you know, you may not have had such a serious man as me, but this is how it goes. Like, if I'm expressing something to you, you know, you have to take into account. Maybe you're used to being single, you ain't got to take nothing seriously, but you married me. You said you wanted to be married. To give a little background too, we were married in under 3 months. I met her and we got married. So, you know, I
my
take
man
account.
jumped right into it.
I did jump.
He jumped
I
foot
jumped in.
first. Like
I did.
you
and
didn't
I
even
take
test the waters to see if it was hot or cold. Like, let me dip my foot in it before I dive in.
and I take accountability for all of my actions in that regard of not having discernment, or when I did recognize the pattern, simply shutting it down. And I have my reasons, and I'm sure I will be seen if I give some of them, it'll be seen as simpler or whatnot. But I'm a big communicator, and I'm like, hey man, and I know I want the relationship to work. So if this is what we need to do anyway. That's basically my story.
And thanks for sharing your story. Where do you see yourself going from here on out?
Yeah, great question. Definitely applying everything I've learned, especially of myself first, right? Applying the worth that I know that I am and have, and just live it out. Just be it. Like, I don't have to remember to, you know what I mean? Like, I'm an awesome dude. Like, just be me. But to answer your question, applying that, and if, you know what I mean, a female catches my attention, or females, whatever, just basically chill. And enjoy my masculinity, enjoy my worth. And when the right one comes along, I mean, it's all about timing and not, you know, forcing anything to happen. So to give a little more background about me, you know, I've always been a relationship dude, kind of just long-term relationships. So going forward, let's change that.
Do you think that you being a relationship guy, like, you know, having a relationship and when that one ends, jumping into another one, that's what you mean by being like a relationship guy?
Yes and no. Relationship guy, I always preferred relationships. When they ended, they were years long. I didn't jump right in. I still gave myself a year break or a month's break, whatever. The time needed to heal or get over that, so I don't bring any old stuff into my new relationship.
Got it. Do you think that could have been like a downfall, that you have the mindset of wanting to be in a relationship?
I do. Fantastic question. And that's what this journey taught me. That's why I'm grateful that the marriage happened in the way that it went, is that, yeah, I had to acknowledge that about myself, that I am very much like in love. It's anyway with the idea of a relationship, opposed to let's actually learn the person too, because I know what I can do, right? I know I have a lot of patience. I know how to communicate. I know what I want. I know I can articulate myself very in control of my emotions, if you will.
Yeah. Let me ask you this question. Do you think that, you know, one of the reasons why you have the want to always be in a relationship is because you want to like lock down some consistent vagina?
Yes.
No, you could be honest. Like, did that thought ever occur? Like, okay, I got this woman and it's good. The sex is good, and you know, we have good times, and let me go ahead and lock this down. Do you think that maybe that was a motivation? Like, I want to lock this vagina down. Yes or no?
Yes, I'll give you that for sure.
And that's natural, meaning that it's not maybe not natural. I would say it's normal. That's normal for men. And the reason why it's normal for men is because men, we are sexual creatures where we get turned on like a light switch. We have 17 times more testosterone than a woman. And men, we play getting sex from a woman on hard mode. So since it's very hard for a man to get sexual access to a woman, when he finally meets a woman that he gets sexual access with and she's also cool, it's like, well, let me go ahead and lock this one down. You know what I'm saying? So and
Exactly.
the thing is that's normal, but I actually wouldn't say that that's natural. The reason being is because what's natural to a man is a man finding his purpose.
Hmm.
And when you're on your purpose, when you find your purpose and you're on your purpose, and normally our purpose is just in general is providing a service to others. And based off of that service that we provide to others, that brings value to others because we're providing them a service. And the byproduct of that is finances, financial gain. So
Yes.
to be in servitude to others to create financial resources. And however we find whichever field we find our purpose in that, we have to elevate. So it's not like, okay, entry level, forget entry level, let's elevate, let's keep going.
Hmm.
And where you're on that purpose, you're driving your focus, you're not really worried about vagina so much. Like when you're on your purpose,
Hmm.
the funny thing is chicks is actually more attracted to you. So you actually like automatically attract chicks. Like the byproduct of you being on your purpose is one, more money and more chicks.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
when you have more money and you have more chicks, well, you got more sexual options. So that means that you're less likely to just settle down with the first woman that gives you box and treats you nice. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You're going to be able to, since you got options, you have the ability to be intolerant of females' inadequacies, right? Because the thing is, when you don't have a whole lot of options, you'll excuse a whole lot of red flags. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
So
Yeah,
listen,
man.
man, I feel you. At some point, we've nah, I haven't been there in my life, actually. I haven't never been there in my life. Is not to say that I haven't made any choices like, I like something here. I'm a lot. I've actually never experienced that as a man, to be honest.
Mm,
I've always had options. I've experienced maybe not having the options that I wanted for a relationship, but I always had sexual options.
mm.
That's just because some niggas is blessed with the height of
Yeah, what
gods, and
the-
other niggas isn't. It's just that was just
it
me.
is what it is. Doc.
But the thing is, most of the male experience is exactly how you experienced it, right? So it's nothing to, it's nothing to create any shame towards yourself, but
Oh
it's
yeah, no.
something for you to understand and realize, so you
Hmm.
can make the necessary steps, so you never have to experience that again. You never have to experience like dealing with women out of necessity. Like, I'm just dealing with her because I have no other options. You get what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I do. I
Um,
do.
but yo, thanks for being open and honest with me. You got any other questions for me or anything you want to speak about?
Um, I'll just share that. It is funny that throughout the marriage, I'll be really quick. I discovered my purpose, I'll say, or what I want to do, what I'm passionate and excited about, and I shared that with my with the partner, with my wife at the time, and she didn't receive it well. Still with the inflated, ego, she just didn't trust me. She wasn't she was unable to trust me. That has a lot to do with other things, but we won't get into it. So I'll just say, I appreciate your message and men being men and standing on what you know to be true when you know the truth and righteous ways. You're applying. You have a good heart and you're applying, yourself and just being your authentic truth self, which is masculine. That's a beautiful thing. And if people don't see you for you, that's okay, because the ones who are supposed to see you will. So
Yeah, man,
yeah.
I'll leave you with this because you said a lot there in the beginning. Once again, are like, do you watch the podcast a lot? Like, are you a supporter? What do you consider yourself to be?
I consider myself to be a supporter. I'll be transparent. I just found your podcast maybe about 2 weeks ago, but since then
Okay,
I have been,
you've been locked in. You've been
I've been
tuning
locked
in.
in. I've been tuned
Okay.
in. So interesting, man. So many changes just in this marriage, but it's funny. Like Kevin Samuels, God rest his soul. But I mean, when he started getting popping, and I started listening and started sharing, I'm like, yo, you should listen to this stuff, babe. And she's like, oh, he's this and that. I was like, oh snap. Like I really, anywho. So yeah, I don't want to take too much more of your time. I just say thank you for bringing me on, man, and just let me talk. So that was really cool. So I
Yeah, man,
appreciate that.
you're welcome. I'll leave you with this because you said some stuff in the beginning, and I don't want you to make that same mistake. So remember, you said that I was with her, and then she was started to disrespect me and stuff like that. Wasn't really
Mm-hmm.
treating me right.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like you said, that you kind of like basically woke up, so you started to,
Mm-hmm.
be more masculine and put your foot down more, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you made a change. Now, the
Mm-hmm.
thing is, when it comes to women, they don't respect change. They don't
Mm-hmm.
respect change because they don't understand it. They don't. It doesn't seem authentic, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, however you are with the woman, you have to maintain that the entire time in a relationship. So the key thing is to get into a relationship with the woman where you're always one way. So if she meets you and you don't tolerate certain things, don't switch up and start tolerating certain things. No, always be intolerant of the things that you do not tolerate. The things that you do tolerate, well, you'll only continue to tolerate those things based off how she is moving. If she's not moving properly, then guess what? You have to extract, and you don't tolerate that. You're
Mm-hmm.
not moving properly, get your act together, you have to extract, right? So
Yeah.
you come in with your foot down and you be a man the entire time and don't ever switch up, because I coach people a lot, and most of the times that they finally, they watch content like maybe Kevin Samuels, or they finally watch my content or Fresh and Fit or whoever it may be in the
Mm-hmm.
manosphere or red pill
Right.
space. They maybe watch Marquette, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then they'll wake up and then they're like, okay, I'm the man of the house. So then they wake up the next morning and they're asserting themselves. And their girl looking at them like, look, nigga, please sit your butt down. What you talking about? Why you trying to change now? You ain't got no
Bruh.
authority in this home. So the thing is, you have to always be who you are as a man. Like women, what they respect is integrity. And integrity, meaning what is integrity? Integrity, to sum it up for you real quick, is say if how I am in, let's say, at work, and the values and the things that I hold at work,
Mm-hmm.
those values would still be the same values at home to at work to if I'm at a function. Like you're not really changing. Like how you are is how you are. You get
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? Like you have integrity. You are a man of your word. When you say something, you actually follow through and you do it. You
Mm-hmm.
don't step outside of the things that you say. There's a reason why they say be a man of your word and not a woman of your word, because the woman's word doesn't really have any weight. They change like the weather.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'll leave you with that. Next time you get into a relationship, come in there with a strong masculine frame, bro,
Yeah.
and don't switch up. But you have to, in order to actually embody the masculine frame, is going to come by competence leads to accomplishments, which then leads to genuine confidence. And when you got that confidence, nigga, hey man, the world is yours as a man. And
Yes,
that's
sir.
that you're gonna be masculine, man. It ain't gonna go nowhere. But
Mm.
listen, I'll leave you with that, brother. And
Yeah.
I appreciate you for supporting, and have a blessed one.
Blessings, Cooley. Thank you, man.
Have a good one, man.
You too.
All right, chat. Get the likes up. Get the likes up. We are live. Okay. Shout out to Juan Martinez in here. Shout outs to Juan Martinez. Man, Juan Martinez always supporting the show. Normally he gifting like 20 to 50 memberships, but listen, man, you in here, so we got to support you, brother. We got Judge Me Not. Shout out to Judge Me Not. I see you in here, another member. Shout out to Wick Kid Dreams. I see you in here, man. And shout out to JB93. I see, we got some of the members up in here, man, supporting a lot. Who else we got in here on the membership side? Looks like that's all we got right now. Well, at least as far as comments, we probably got some other members in here, but they just not commenting, but they probably just watching. Okay, let's see. Let's get into another clip. I see we got some more people backstage. Got Sid Cat backstage, but we're gonna get into some more clips real quick, and then I'll go ahead and bring up Sid Cap, and we got some other people backstage as well. Once again, tonight is debate night. If you want to go ahead and join the stream, click the first link in the YouTube description, or click the link that's pinned in the YouTube comments, and I'll go ahead and bring you on up. All right, here's the next clip. Let me go ahead and see if I can find this one. All right, here's the clip, but I'm sorry, it's taking a little longer for me to pull up clips because my copy and paste is not working. That's why I came in like 10 minutes. Listen, Wick Kid Dreams, I was actually gonna start the stream at like 6:30 because I was in there early, right? But then I'm like, you know what? I'll just start at 7 p.m. because I was messing with the audio, and I finally fixed the audio to get rid of that echo noise, which currently right now it should be no crazy echo. The voice should be crisp and clear that's coming from your headphones or your phone or your speakers if you're watching it on a TV or in your car. So you definitely should hear a big difference in the quality of the audio currently. So I went ahead and fixed that. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and start at 7 p.m. And then my internet just shut off. It like went down because I guess it's like raining or it's a little thunder where I'm at. So the internet went down, but it came back. Once it came back on, I went ahead and started the stream. So we started at 7:10 p.m. today. Because I seen you in the comments with Kid Dreams, like, oh, we not starting until 7:30. Nah, man. I got you. I got it in at 7:10. All right, let's pull up this video right here. All right.
My house, man. You saying get out, Daddy, but you don't even telling me a real reason. Man, what is this? I get up every morning, I go to work. I pay my half the bills. Every month I go half with you on the bills. Everything paid. What's the reason?
Real quick, this is just disgusting to look at. Homie has a full beard, metal teeth in his mouth, women's fake eyelashes, mascara around the eyes. This just looks gross and disgusting. Let's continue on.
Look at this. I come home and you packing my stuff for what? You going through my drawers, you in my room. What are you doing? You tell me why. What are you doing? What do you mean what I'm doing? What you mean? Why are you recording me? Because I want the people to see how I'm being treated. You're not telling me the reason. You're not telling me the reason though. You can't be real to tell me. You can't be real to tell me the reason though. Tell me the reason why.
So it's two things. Before we get into him being gay, let's just speak about, besides him being fruit, and literally a fruit snack, Fruit of the Loom, Skittles, all the snacks, the snack drawer. You know, like when you work in, like you have an office job, and then Miss Tammy, you know, Fat Tammy, she got the corner office, and she always got that snack drawer. Yeah, that's that nigga. The snack drawer. Nigga is a cupcake. But anyways, besides him being a cupcake, at the end of the day, he's a grown man. As a grown man, if your father is kicking you out, go ahead and take that kick out, man. Listen, it's time for you to become a man. This is something that he doesn't understand is because he doesn't actually want to become a man. He's gay, so he wants to be a woman. He adopted all characteristic traits of a woman. This is why he's putting on makeup and fake eyelashes like a woman. So this is pathetic. And guess what? I wish the father would just be like, listen, I'm kicking you out because you're gay. Because you're gay. Just go ahead and let him know. Let your son know that he got to go because he is fruitalicious. I'll be honest. If, you know what? I'll probably get canceled. So let me not even speak too much on it. But yeah, at the end of the day, let's continue on. This is stupid. He looks pathetic.
Why you put me out? You keep saying the company I keep. Yeah. I got the same toothpaste I've been having.
Yeah, but they're running through my house. You're coming in.
What's the reason though? Time of the night. What's the?
You don't care about
it. Is it because I'm not a basketball player?
He's giving you the reason. So listen up here, little buddy. Listen up here, little Skittle guzzler. He's giving you the reason. He said that you're coming in and out all times of the night. You're bringing people inside this house. So obviously you're not respecting the rules of his house. He is the father. He is the man of the house. You don't respect male authority because most likely wherever your mother is, the way you've watched your mother and your father interact, your mother most likely didn't respect your father. And guess what? You've adopted the characteristic traits and the behaviors and mannerisms of your mother. So the way you're speaking to this man is the same way I'm sure your mother spoke to him as well. This is pathetic. Let's continue on. Let's see what he says.
It's because I'm not a football player, Daddy. I didn't make you proud. Like, come on. Like, look at this. This is ridiculous.
He said, is it because I'm not a football player, Daddy? I didn't make you proud? Then he points to the clothes on the floor. No, it's not because you're not a football player. It's because you guzzle Skittles, bro. What? It's because you're gay. All right? That's why.
Look at this. Look how you treating me, though.
You're talking about under my roof. You're a disgrace to the family. You're disrespectful to me.
What you
A disgrace to the family. Listen, man. Hey, man, listen. That's like a father's worst nightmare if your son, becomes gay. Like if your son turns into a gay, that's like a father's worst nightmare. The worst nightmare is like, dang, like it's my seed. You're supposed to carry the last name, but you're not even trying to procreate. You like buttholes and stuff like that. What's going on, man? You want to act like a woman and dress like a woman? What is going on here? And yeah, man, this was crazy.
You are not what I've been raising, what I used to be raising. You're a whole nother person.
What are you talking?
Oh, he said, you're not what I've been raising, what I used to be raising. You're an entirely different person. Okay. Now, you're probably wondering, like, all right, if a father is really raising their son right, can the son still turn gay? The probability is extremely low if the father is doing an excellent job at raising his son. Like if the father is masculine and instilling masculine things into the son, yes, the probability is just extremely low because I don't believe that anyone is born gay. I believe that, being gay, being a homosexual is a choice. With that being said, you definitely decrease the probability if you're being an excellent father and instilling masculinity. But the way society works now, you got to try to block your kids from a lot of things that can penetrate their mind and influence them in the wrong direction, which would be, maybe, the way your woman treats you. You don't want a disrespectful woman in the house. That means that you need to be a masculine man, lay the law down in the house so the kids can see how it goes, because the man is the leader in the household, but the second leader is essentially the woman, because by proxy almost, the kids are viewing the mother follow the father's lead, and then the children know, like, the mother is an example of how to follow someone's lead. So essentially the mother is helping the kids out to understand the order of things. Like if you got a woman and she's fully following your lead, the kids is seeing that, they're digesting it, and then they can understand how the order goes and how to respect masculinity. So then the kids know, like, well, mommy speaks to daddy this way. She respects him. She doesn't talk back to him, stuff like that. Da 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 da. The kids see that. Now, if the kids are seeing mommy disrespect daddy and really mommy has the authority in the house, then it's like, The kids are like, well, which way should we go? Which way should we go? This gay butt went the mother's way. He was like, you know what? I'm just going to adopt all of the feminine characteristic traits and want to have sex with a man. Gay. So that's essentially how it goes sometimes. So you can do the best you can do as a father, and your son, there's still a chance that your son could still come out fruit, because at the end of the day, we got free will. We got free will. And free will means that, listen, it doesn't matter what outside influences or anything, your will and the things that you want to choose to do, it can supersede all of the outside influences, all of the influences that's in a home, all of the community influences. It can supersede that, man. That's we are free-willed beings.
Talking about,
Get out of my house, man.
You just saying get out, Daddy, but you're not even telling me a real reason.
Man, what is this?
I get up.
Okay, so now we just restarted. So yeah, that was the end of that clip. Yeah, man, that's a father's worst nightmare, to have a gay son. That's crazy. That's crazy. All right. And I had a thought about, never mind, I can't say it on YouTube. Definitely, because I got haters watching. Haters don't want to join the stream, but I know I got haters watching, and they would definitely try to maneuver in a way to get your boy canceled. I already know how they do. All right, let's go ahead and stop this, and let's bring up Sid Cap. Welcome to No Fugazi Podcast. State your name, where you from?
Sid Cap from Brooklyn. I want to debate you, but before I do, I got to make a confession. As you know, I'm married 30 years, but I do have side chicks. I have about 5 of them. All right, and just want to be honest. I want to show you my side chicks. Check them out. You see them?
This guy, funny.
Now, these little side chicks right here, I gotta provide and protect. You know what I'm saying? I gotta give them food, shelter. I gotta protect them for rats, cats, hawks in Brooklyn. So I do provide and protect for them. So I do have chicks on the side. Okay,
You got chicks on the side that you provide and protect for. Okay, fair enough. All right, Sid Cat, what you here to debate about, man?
So check this out. I want to do a hypothetical question with you. Is it okay we do a hypothetical question?
Yeah, but what you want to debate about? Like, what's the topic, so we know?
It's relationships, not marriage.
Cool.
We're not going there. So I want to give you a hypothetical, but I know your standards and I know my standards, and I know you're going to say either. You're not going to do both of them, but if you had to pick one, so
Sure.
would you pick a video vixen, an industry chick that could give you accusations of rape and assault and domestic violence, or would you pick an escort service to provide for you? Can I say the word SX? Which one would you pick?
What
I know you say
do you mean? You said
neither.
okay. So this guy said, "What kind of?" This isn't even a hypothetical. This is an either or. This is a would you rather question. This is not a hypothetical. Would you rather?
But I know your
question.
standards. You wouldn't pick both of them. I understand that. I already know the answer.
I wouldn't pick any of them. Okay, so I understand the first one. The first one is a video vixen that she will make an accusation. She's going to make an accusation that I raped her.
Right. Well, you know, you have the threat of that happening.
Well, we got the threat of that happening. I mean, even if it's not a video vixen.
Exactly. But you know, if you high standard and everything like that, so most of these football players and stars and stuff like that, they have these recyclable video vixens. Or if if it's just strictly sex and you're not delusional in the mind and that's what you want, would you rather go out with somebody in an escort service where that's not going to happen? Because they tarnish already.
Okay, and what is it? Is it like to choose them for a serious relationship? That's the would you rather question?
Well, delusion, no, not for a serious relationship.
What is it? Just to have fun with? You mean?
Yeah, because you can have an escort a chick and you just pay for the day to go to dinner or just to provide some, just some time besides sex, and that's included. But with a video vixen or someone in the industry like Cassie or somebody or Superhead or whatever's going on, these recyclable chicks, Um, would you, which one would you pick if it's just what you want is sex and a date?
Yeah, man, this is a weird question because they're
Well,
basically
you know me, bro.
well, they're basically equal in my eyes.
Okay.
The the degeneracy, the whoredom. I would say
Uh-huh.
the escort is uh that's full on. That'd be like, yeah, no. The video vixen could possibly even have the same body count as the escort. So it's like you gotta add more variables in it. Like who has the lower body count?
Well, undercover, the video vixen will always make you have an illusion that she don't have a big body count. But the
Yeah, yeah,
escort
but
service is
but you
there.
you the one that's making the would you rather question. So I need more context for me to make a choice. So who has the higher body count?
Well, it depends on what you're looking for as a high standard man. If you're just looking for somebody to be on a yacht with you and chill with you and spend
I'll
time with
choose.
you,
I'm
and
not picking the one that you got to pay for. I ain't no simp. I'm not never
all
doing
right,
that.
all right, all
Yeah,
right. So you would pick the video vixen and have
yeah.
the
If I
illusion
if
and have the accusations if she decide she want to
the
go that way.
the other chick can make the accusations too, though.
Yeah, but her where she's coming from, her and a porno store, those kind of people, they're tarnished. Their
Mm,
word is not born like a video vixen could go
Ah,
50-50. Yeah.
nah, man. I think that nowadays they both have the ability. The girl next door, the video vixen, the ex worker, they all have the ability to go ahead and make the same accusations. The
Okay.
public is still gonna believe them over the man. So at the end of the day, I ain't paying for no box. Homie ain't
Uh-huh.
simping over here doing that. So if
Right, right,
for
right.
this would you rather question, I wouldn't choose none of them. But since it's a
Uh-huh.
would you rather, and I like these type of questions,
But
this is for fun at least. So I would
uh
say I'll choose the other one.
okay, because indirectly, even though you say you're not going to pay for box directly, indirectly, the video vixen and the industry chick, is indirectly with her. So
Yeah.
yeah, right. But so this is where I'm coming to the debate now. I believe that they shouldn't be relationships with women and men no more unless it's just sex. Let's just cut it out because you just said it right there. They both the same. Even the girl in the street out there. I mean, in this modern time, maybe back then, but now I don't think there should be any relationships unless it's sex. Now I would have put kids and sex, but now since the decline of babies and the decline in the West, like Japan, South Korea, over here, if we don't have no population and the women, modern women don't want that, well, the only reason why I should
Okay.
see another woman is for sex. Now,
All
let's
right.
debate. Do you think I'm wrong to say that?
Okay. Well, what do you mean? Give it more context. You said the only reason that a man should have a relationship with a woman is if he's having sex with that woman. That's what you said?
That in modern time, yes, that's how I feel now.
I
I'm
mean,
tired. Yeah,
I don't have
basically.
any. I mean, I've always operated that way. I don't have any women that's friends that I communicate with on a regular,
Oh, you're
and
in a
stuff like that.
relationship. You're in a relationship like
Yeah,
I am. So,
but even in my entire life, I've never had that. I've never like been friends with a girl,
uh-huh.
and been like, just friends with her for no reason. So I
Okay.
would say, for me, I always operated like that anyway. Like if
So
I'm,
okay. Uh-huh.
yeah, if
So so
like,
so if it is no real, so let's say if you was in a relationship and I was in a relationship, now in this modern day, my mind changed. I wouldn't just be with any woman, because I have assets. You know what I'm saying? And I got to protect it at 50 years old. So now that I know what I know, um, no, I'm not going to play the drama. I'm not going to play the games. I'm going to get what I want. And if that's just a date, go dancing, go eating, go bowling, go wherever I want to go and include sex, I will pay for that directly instead of indirectly. And I'll make sure they
okay,
sign
so
the
yeah, you're just
consent.
speaking about direct. So yeah, I mean, at the end of the day,
We have a new
how
different
I
now, brother.
how I operate and how I would recommend men to operate is
Hmm.
you never want to be a customer to the woman. You never want to lead with your wallet. That isn't a good position for a woman.
Hmm.
That isn't a good position for a man, I would say, when dealing with a woman. You also don't want to be in a position where it's like a platonic friendship or relationship thing going on, and then you're trying to maybe move it towards sex. Like, no, I think you should be upfront and genuine with your intentions. And that way you're not in the friend zone. And then two, if you don't lead with your wallet, you don't become a customer and she's just looking at you like, okay, like to make it ends meets, right? At the end of the day, women are going to get away with what you allow. So if like they know what's up, like that's why, like, if we're just being honest, right? It ain't really that hard to sleep with women. We would have to say it isn't really that hard. For a lot of men, it's hard because they don't really understand women's nature. But if you understand if you understand women's nature, it's like they normally lead with feelings first. So if you can be charismatic to a degree where you can make her feel the vibes and be charming and be a little bit funny, but also be masculine as well, have a masculine frame. You don't have to be the richest. You don't have to be the tallest. And you may not be able to get all of the women that you want, but at least your pool of women would open up where you would have access for a relationship or for whatever you want to do as far as your personality and stuff like that. So I would say, of course, status, height, money, and all these things increase your chances in your pool of women. But yeah, man, I don't recommend any man to ever lead with their wallet first and just be paying for things. That's stupid. Even if you're going out on a first date with a woman, it shouldn't be at no steakhouse or anything like that. You go ahead and do something small, get a little tacos, get some tea, get some coffee, have a vibe, and see what's up from there.
But if the women of today are modern women and they only want what you want, how do men move a certain way now? If they're leading, if the men set the standard for women to move this way and they're moving like this, the feminists, and they're moving like, okay, is what you give me. How like you got high standard men that got millions and millions of dollars, and they make sure they sign something like Mayweather. He makes sure he signed some of these chicks sign things.
Okay.
He knows what he knows what they want, but at the same time, they know what he wants, but he protects himself. So this is where I'm coming from. I mean, this courting a woman, fine. If you're 6'5", or you have that gift of gab, or not even 6'5", you could be 5'10", 5'11", or whatever. But if you 5'4", or you have a certain look, because remember, it's natural selection, brother. And like you said before, not 40% of men is not going to produce. They're not going to procreate. I remember you said this last week. So now I'm saying, let's move to the next standard. What is men going to do now when women just say, I want this in order for you to get that? That's the solution I'm trying to look for now in modern time. I'm 50. I'm 30 years in deep in a marriage. I'm not going to bring it up no more because we always argue about it. And married men always get,
yeah,
I
get
beta
what
man
you're
would
saying.
say, I'm jealous. You jealous. Go to your wife and whatever. So now I know that, men gets mad when I say, and I try to show solutions. I ain't got no more solutions. Like Andrew Tate, no more solutions. Just this is what they want. Let's give it to them. And that's it.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll go ahead and answer your question. Then we got two other people down there.
Sure, no problem.
Go ahead and introduce yourselves, and then I'll go ahead and answer your question. Yo Boy Lame, introduce yourself, and then the other guy at the bottom, go ahead and introduce yourself as well.
Hello. Can you hear me?
You, man. Yep.
Can you hear me? Hey, what's up, man? This your boy Lem. Big supporter. I'm just listening to y'all conversation. That's all, and I just want to say greetings from the Philippines.
Greetings from the Philippines.
Pacquiao.
All right.
Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao, right there, my brother. Manny Pacquiao.
That's
Shout
true.
out to you, Yo Boy Lane.
But then, thank you. And then what I notice about like dating women in America and dating women in the Philippines,
you got to echo.
It's a lot different than dating women in America. Because the thing is, I mean, like girls here do have like
real quick, Yo Boy Lame. It's a crazy echo. We can't really hear you. It's a lot of background noise and stuff. You at work, man? Look like you in a call center. Yo Boy Lame at work. Would you work for AT&T? This homie. This guy worked for AT&T in the Philippines taking phone calls like, yeah, you late on your phone bill. Yo Boy Lame, forget AT&T. Yo Boy Lame a bill collector. Weren't you a bill collector for a utility company? You ain't pay your electric? I got you muted right now, Yo Boy Lame, because it's a huge echo. Call back in later because really we couldn't even hear you. I ain't gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. Really couldn't even hear you, brother. So I'm gonna let you go for right now. To the other brother over there with the Scully on, go ahead and introduce yourself, man.
Yeah. I'm Poitras. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. Yeah, and I was wanting to know if you could educate me on because I think you think attraction is a choice.
Okay. All right, we could get into that conversation. You just froze up, but I'm gonna go ahead and answer the sig cap question real quick, and then we can get into your question. Go ahead and fix your camera, and I'll bring you back on up. So I'll put you backstage, and then I'll bring you back on up. All right, sig cap. So basically, your question is essentially like, women are demanding this. They ain't willing to really make no changes. And like Andrew Tate said, you know what? We might as well give them what they want. This is the type of lifestyle and the type of relationships y'all want. Y'all want to go ahead and date around and sleep around and then try to, lock a man down when you're 35 years old and it's a high risk pregnancy. Go ahead and operate like that. Go ahead. So at the end of the day, I mean, essentially, that's what's going to happen is because most of these women have been indoctrinated by feminism. I mean, ain't no really change in women. At the end of the day, what we tell guys over here is all women ain't like that, but the pool is getting pretty thin. And at the end of the day, women are a mere reflection of a man's masculinity. So the more accomplished you are, the more masculine you are, the more the more you know the woman's nature and you know yourself, then you'll be able to garner the attention and respect from more women. So just become the best version of yourself and you'll be able to get those women that will respect you. That's not, that's going to follow your lead. That's not going to be making false claims about you. That's not going to be, working at a strip club and so forth and so forth. But yeah, the pool is getting pretty low. A lot of men since they want access to sex, a lot of men would settle for that. You get what I'm saying? A lot of men, that's what they are going to do. I would say that a lot of men always settled for, like, men really don't mind settling at the end of the day. I would say that. Yeah. But the thing is this, back in the day, a man, 50s, 60s or whatever, I would say 50s, 60s, men, maybe they don't get the most attractive girl. Maybe they don't get the most attractive girl. Maybe she like below average. Maybe even got a little belly meat or something. But she loves him. She doesn't see a world without him. She respects him. And she ain't sleeping with the milkman. All she sees is that man. But nowadays, men, they'll settle with a 4 and that 4 be a whore. So it's like
I just want to say, Cooley, I got 2 sons. I got one that's 30. He just having a kid right now, a daughter. And I have a 19-year-old where I look out for him. If I see somebody that I think it's right for him, or someone down the block that has a family structure, I'll talk to that man, that father, and tell him, listen. And I did this before, and he gave me the utmost respect because he sees how I roll, and he's like, yo, man, just introduce your son to my daughter, and it's cool. So I do things like that. I look out for my son. Now, my other son that's 30 that just had a kid, I told him, listen, if I'm going to be part of this child, don't sign that birth certificate. And if you do, I'm not going to be part of it. I'm doing this. Do not take a woman's word in this day and age. So he listened. He said, I'm not going to sign the birth certificate. They gave me 1 month in New York. He went and got the DNA test.
It wasn't his?
No. It's going through right now, the process.
Oh, it's going through. Okay.
It's going through. And I said, once you do that, all right, now you can sign it. If you choose, you can sign it because that's your baby. And if something goes wrong, you're more successful than her. You make sure you hold on and get custody. So these are the things as a father that we need to do, even though we got to stay out of their business. Sometimes, like my son is like, oh, okay, I'll talk to her. Because my younger son is like, okay, well, I'll talk to her, because he wants to start a relationship early and have kids by 23, 24, 25. I said, if any woman comes towards you and they say they don't want kids until they're 30, forget it. Don't try to change her mind. Let her go. Because subliminally, she's trying to do her thing. So anyway, Cooley, man, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. And have a good one. See my chicks?
I see your chicks, man. I see your chicks.
All right, brother.
My man out there spinning plates. Have a good one, brother. Peace.
Eggs.
All right. Let's bring up that other brother. He had a question. Welcome
Yeah,
to No Fugazi Podcast. State your name and your question again.
yeah. Poitras, I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. Yeah. So, from my stance, I think attraction is something natural. Now, you could say the act of something gay is a choice, but like being attracted to something gay isn't a choice. That's my stance.
Okay, so your stance is being attracted to something gay is not a choice,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But the act of doing it is
but
a
the act
choice.
of doing it is. Are you
Yeah.
gay?
Hell no.
I had to ask. All right, cool. So you're not gay. All right, fair enough. Okay. So we can go ahead and have this conversation, this debate, I would say. My stance is um one, when it comes to a man being attracted to another man or a woman being attracted to another woman, my stance is that it is a choice. So now when you're looking at choices, it's a few things. It's like it's an indirect choice and then there's a direct choice. And an indirect choice can turn into a direct choice, but a direct choice will never turn into an indirect choice. So when we look at, I mean, you good? You turn your camera on.
Yeah, wait. Hold on. I don't.
Are your your lights? You ain't pay your electric bill, man. Your lights went out.
Hold
Homie ain't
on.
pay his lights bill.
My bad, Cooley, bro. Hold on.
No worries. Take your time. Go ahead. I'm not gonna wait for you to call the electric company to get it turned back on, but I'll wait so you could turn on a flashlight or
Can you
something.
see me now?
All right.
You
I
can
can
see
see
me?
you. Yeah.
Yeah, my bad, bro.
Yeah, I
My
can see
bad.
you.
My bad. Yeah, yeah. So you said you said indirect. So state what you were saying again about the indirect choices and the direct choice.
Yeah. So essentially, what I'm saying here, and then I'll break it down to you and explain it. Is it your camera or
I
like
don't
is it
know
your
what the fuck
phone or
going
your
on, bro.
actual? Is your home losing light?
I don't know,
Is it
bro.
your home? Do you have lights on where you are?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Is it lights in your house?
Cause your shit just said playing on Xbox, bro. Your shit just went right to Xbox, bro. I don't know what's going on.
I mean, we're live
Damn, I
on
was
my
gonna get
end.
schooled on that, bro.
Okay, so are you live on your phone or on a laptop?
All right. Yeah. My bad. I got technical difficulties over here, man.
Okay,
Sorry
all
if
right.
I'm
Well, let's
messing up your
give it.
show.
Okay, let's give it another chance here. All right, all good. So,
Yeah, bro. I don't know what's
essentially, my
going on.
stance is attraction. Keep
I don't know
going
what the
out.
fuck going on. You have
I
to
mean,
just
we
leave
can go
that
ahead and
bitch,
have
bro.
the conversation, even though the screen is black. If you're okay with that,
Yeah. I don't know what the fuck is going on with that, bro.
can you hear me?
A fucking disaster. No, you just on my
Okay.
phone with.
Yeah, he's having some trouble there. Well, I guess he'll come back up. All right, Chad. I mean, I was trying to have the convo with him, and it looks like he was connecting to his Xbox or something because some other kid popped up in the screen when a camera came back on. This guy. So if you're watching this right now, close out some of your other apps. You got too many apps open, man. Close out your other apps and only click on this link to join the stream. Because it was some random kid with nappy hair that popped up that didn't have a Scully on that looked completely different from you when you turned something back on. So get that figured out and I'll allow you back on and we can go ahead and have the conversation. And I'm open to fully obliterate your entire worldview because being attracted to a man being attracted to a man or a woman being attracted to a woman is definitely a choice. And what I was going to go to essentially was just to explain it for you guys real quick. So it's micro and macro. So there's attraction triggers that's micro, that's small little attraction triggers. And there's also, so there's a few things. I'll explain it. It's indirect, there's direct, there's micro, there's macro when it comes to attractions. And then there's your your biology, what your biology influences you to be attracted to. And then it's what your environment influences you to be attracted to. And all of the micro, the macro, and the direct and indirect pulses is what is a choice. It's what makes your choice. So sometimes you may not even be aware, like consciously aware, that you are attracted to something. And it may seem like it's automatic, but no, it was definitely a choice. Something influenced you. So I was going to have the conversation about influence, meaning like this influenced that, that influenced that, that influenced that. Starts with the biology. Got the macro, got the micros, got the macros, got the indirect attraction triggers, and the direct ones. And I'm fully prepared to have that debate with them and to explain my standpoint and my position on how gay people, them being attracted to men, is a choice. It's not like God made you this way. You didn't come out being attracted to a man. Stupid. Like I was like, well, let's create the biology and you can just be attracted to a man. No, it's called free will, man. All right, let's bring some other people up here. If you want to debate, tonight is debate night. Click the first link in the YouTube description or click the link that's pinned in the YouTube comments. We are currently live. I see you in the comments right now. Propaganda. Yeah, that's the outside influences. We are currently live on Facebook. Everybody on Facebook, come on over to YouTube. We're going to close down a Facebook stream now. So if you're tuning in on Facebook, come on over to YouTube. We got some more people backstage. We're about to bring some people up and get into some more debates. So YouTube, Facebook stream is, let me close it down now. It is closing down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye-bye, Facebook. Bye-bye. Come on over to YouTube. Okay, so if anyone wants to debate, click the first link in the YouTube description or click the link that's pinned in the YouTube comments and I'll bring you on up. I mean, it's up to you, man. This is your time to shine. If you watch any of my content and you disagree with it, if you're in the comments right now and you're hating, stop hating and don't be a panty boy. Click that link and I'll bring you on up and we can go ahead and have this debate tonight. All right. We got Yo Boy Lame still backstage. We got two other people backstage, but camera's not on. So, I mean, I said all of that and y'all still didn't turn on your camera. So I guess I'm going to get into some reactions until until cameras get turned on and more people come in. So we got more clips for us to react to. So a supporter sent this over to me. So let's get a reaction to this. This is an interview with Cheyenne Bryant, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, which she's not a doctor. And this was on the Paul Pierce podcast called The Truth After Dark. So let's get into this. Let's see what this is about.
Like you with their glass in their hand saying, when you gonna serve daddy? When you gonna serve me?
Make daddy a sandwich.
Make daddy a sandwich.
You pregnant?
All right, let's move it on. It's the intro.
Hello. They are. Come through. You are no longer Unc baby. You are a papa status.
All right.
You know what papas do, right? They watch grandkids and cook. You cooked. That's all you do.
No, I don't watch. I don't have no grandkids. So
her, on the other hand, she's still rare marinated meat. That's
all right. I don't really have any timestamps for this, so we're just gonna move around.
People looked at this as me dissing women.
Right.
No, it's not a diss toward
women.
I got you. I like cook
You're
food.
saying you like a woman who's cooked,
who's ready, who's seasoned,
who's experienced, who has wisdom.
See, so y'all took it out of context.
But that's not what he was saying.
Yes, that's exactly what. Don't tell me what I'm saying.
What he's saying is that the meat that's marinated is still marinating and it's preparing for the opportunity. He's saying a woman who is cooked, been there.
All right, that conversation is trash. Let's continue on. That's the thing. I mean, when you have when you do these type of podcasts and you just like allow women to talk and you got another woman talking, nothing is like, it's no purpose to the conversation sometimes. So you got to find where the good stuff is.
So, I mean, in reality, you know, back in the day, marriage was a privilege, and it was only a privilege for the folks who were wealthy. That's just the truth of the matter. Like folks who were not economically stable didn't have the privilege of being able to be married. And when I look back on it, of course, I think marriage should be available an option to anyone without discrimination. But if you really look at it, when two people get married who are not ready, we're not even talking about just mental health wise, right, emotional intelligence wise, but economic.
Real quick, Flex, I see you backstage. Flex, go ahead and turn on your camera and I'll bring you on up. Flex, go ahead and turn on your camera and I'll bring you on up.
They are
that
travel the world, like see the world, because we on the back nine. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the back nine.
You are, not me. Papa, you, not me.
I'll take that. Back the relationship.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, and
so what we're doing here, chat, we're gonna skim through this to find where, because people been sending it to me and they were saying like, you know, pretty much Cheyenne, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, which again she's not a doctor, but they was saying that Paul Pierce was pressing her on her not being in a relationship or being married, and her having like a side dude or some man she'd been dealing with for like 5 years, and she pretty much like hit that wall, but she doesn't know that she hit that wall. So it was like, you know, could be some good content that we can review. So I'm going to try to see if I can find that part. If anybody knows where that part is or can send me a timestamp, let me know and I'll get right to it. But until then, we're going to kind of skim through it and see if where we can get to the meat of the bone in the conversation.
I just feel like for me, like, this is the thing. I fell in love with what I was in love with. A few years of having kids.
Why, right? When divorce happens, and
I'm like, damn, with, you know, we ain't even doing the same.
Yeah, these combos be dry, bro.
Pregnant. He got the maid pregnant. As soon as he got the maid pregnant, us and our kids, it would be much
to that, because I'm like, he was a really good guy. It just didn't work out.
Not be able to articulate it, but they do grow up feeling a little unwanted, even though Paul was trying his best. And I'm not even saying, because you got men who are they are giving everything they got to fatherhood. And they got multiple kids by multiple women.
And it's still tough.
Well,
and what happens is little boys end up resenting their mother, because in a little boy's mind, yes they do. They end up resenting the mom. You know why? Because in the little boy's mind, if mom would have done right, daddy would have wanted to be here. The only time that a little boy does not resent the mother is if he literally sees his father abusing his mother, and he can rationalize why.
Yeah, she doesn't know what she's talking about, even right here. So she's saying that the little boy would resent the mother if the father isn't in the home. Then she says the only way that the little boy wouldn't resent the mother with the father not being in the home, if the father was beating the mother, then the little boy would resent the father. That's not how things go. That is a complete lie. She says that she has like a psychology degree or something, which is like, you know, pseudoscience and stuff like that. But she doesn't know what she's speaking about. Generally, what happens is, now that could be like one certain specific situation, but it needs more context coming from it. But I would say, generally speaking, and not even generally speaking, normally this is how it goes. When there's no father figure in a house, well, the child, what happens is they gravitate towards the mother because that's all they have to gravitate towards. And most Black homes are fatherless. Most of them are. Most Black people are being raised in a single mother household. With that being said, if it's not most, then I think it is most actually. I think it's probably like 60 or 70%, something like that in the Black community. Single mother households is what's dominant. But when that happens, the little boy does not resent the mother. Have you ever seen kids like, oh yeah, I don't like my mama. She left my father. No, they don't do that at all. What kids do is they adopt the mother's nature. So these boys grow up to be more feminine. These boys grow up to not understand masculinity. They can't really find themselves. They're always searching for a father figure or some type of group of masculinity. This is why the single mother households, depending on the area where they're living in, these children grow up, they raise kids, they raise boys that grow up to want to join gangs. So these boys join these gangs so they can get like have some brotherhood or get a sense of masculinity or what masculinity is, even though it's like fake masculinity, but this is what they're like searching for. They never resent their mother. You don't hear these rappers or these athletes coming out like, oh yeah, I hate my mom. They're like, no, I love my mom. Mommy, I love you. They love their mom so much because they adopted the mother's characteristic traits. They're a little bit more feminine, right? So what she's speaking about is totally false. Totally false. Let's continue on.
Why his mom would leave his father. If a child cannot rationalize why you would leave his mother, he has to, they're kids, they have no insight, Paul. They got to blame somebody. And if they don't blame you or mom, guess what they blame? Themselves.
Yeah, they don't even blame themselves. You're stupid, because normally when it happens, when the fathers don't just up and leave the home, generally how it happens, the mother kicks the father outside of the home. So the relationship goes sour, and women normally break up with men. Men, generally speaking, do not break up with women. We got even marriage statistics on this, and we just got just experience statistics on this. I mean, not statistics, but experience, anecdotal. If you just ask somebody, if you ask a woman, how many times have you been broken up with? She's like, never. You ask a man, how many times have you been broken up with? Man, my last chick broke up with me. The chick before that broke up with me. Generally speaking, women are the ones that end relationships. So it's women that's kicking the man outside the home. That's what's happening. And these kids, what happens is, since the woman kicked the man outside the home, the woman paints a bad picture of the father. Like, oh, well, your daddy wasn't this or your daddy wasn't that. So the woman destroys the father character in the child's eyes. So then the child would resent the father, not resent the mother. The child clings on to the mother because that's all they have. And then the child clings on to the mother, adapts their characteristic traits, which is more feminized, which is not masculine. And then they become a panty boy.
Now we're really in a self-hate crisis. Now we have a little kid that grows up and they feel shame, because shame and guilt are different. Shame is
Red Pill Goku, I see you in here. Shout out to Red Pill Goku. I ain't see you in here in a minute, man. What's going on with you, man? I see you still a member in here too, man. All right, let's continue on.
I'm a bad person. Guilt is I did something wrong. So now we have a child that thinks I'm a bad person because
Bro, it ain't no kid that's like thinking, I'm a bad person. My father isn't here. Bro, kids not thinking this. Maybe if we look at Eminem was the only man that I ever heard in white boys be like, I hate my mom. I hate my mom. I hate my mom. And you know why white kids normally be like, I hate my mom. I hate my mom. They do that is because they at least seen some type of traditional aspect within their maybe cousin's home or grandparents' home or friends' home, their community. So they see how things go in the traditional world with the nuclear family, where the mother respects the man and the man protects and provides. But when they get a situation where the mother is treating the father bad and kick the father out the home, they're like, wait, what? Well, Billy's mom didn't kick Gerald out the house. What's going? I hate my mom. I hate my mom. The thing is, in the Black community, we don't have an example at our next door neighbor's house. Oh, that's a single mom. Our aunts and uncles, they all don't have a man or can't keep a woman around. So it's crazy, man. Who we got in here? Okay, we got Zigzag. I see you came up. Zigzag, hit me in a private chat. Let me know what you want to debate about, and we can get to it. All right, let's continue on.
wasn't good enough to keep mom and dad together. I wasn't good enough for
This chick is dumb, bro. Let me move on. She just retarded.
What happens 90%?
Yeah.
A lot of the times.
Well, women
But they
file
never,
more than men. You're right.
Yeah,
Yes.
right. But the kids never.
All right.
Tear this house up.
Facts.
And we'll figure it out later. You know we're going to do that. Call the police. Neighbors, I don't care. Up in better situation. I think men as well. I feel like if men understood their value, then they would not be raw dogging. They would not be sharing their semen with just any women if they understood their value.
Come on.
Those are things that they would double think and triple think.
Yeah.
So, and another thing,
Well, she said if men understood their value, she doesn't think that they would do that. Well, you only say that because you're not a man, stupid. You don't have 17 time, you don't have all of this testosterone in you. That's 17 times more than what you have in your body. That's literally telling you, Bonani, 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 Bonani. Like that's what's going on in a man's mind. So nah, he's still gonna make a dumb decision. That's what's gonna happen. The thing is, yeah, the man can understand the value, but normally that comes with creating value. The only reason why she can say this is because women are born with their value. So they're like, well, I think men have to understand their value. Well, you think like that because you were born with your sexual value. So therefore, you can operate and have some sexual temperance, and your biology isn't telling you, Bonani, 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 24/7. So she's dumb. She's trying to speak on men and she doesn't know what she's speaking about. The thing is, as a man, over here on this side of the internet, we keep it funky. We keep it real. Listen, man, you broke, you ain't got no value. Don't chase chicks. Don't worry about that. Have some discipline, right? You ain't got no value, so don't try to cope and make up some value that you don't have. Women can live in delusion land and think that, oh, I'm more valuable than what I am. I'm a 4, but I think I'm a 10. Women can live in delusion land. Men, we don't operate in delusion land because we feel the consequences for our poor decisions. So she's speaking nonsense. So over here on this side of the internet, what we tell men is, listen, bro, don't chase the poon. Go ahead and chase your purpose, right? Don't chase that P, chase the other P. Don't chase the poon, chase the purpose. Ah, you like that, right? And when you chase your purpose and you find your purpose, you work hard at it, well, you're going to be building up your value. You're going to be character building as you're advancing in your career field, because it takes, in order to advance, it takes for you to, one, it's going to, your character is going to build. You're going to make more money. So, you're going to be able to get the nicer things. Women are going to be more attracted to you. So yeah, men have to create their value and then understand their value. That's the thing. You can't understand something that you don't freaking have. Now, what you can do is you instill to men of morality into a man. Like, listen, you shouldn't just be out here sleeping with all Jones. So yeah, we got to instill some morality in you, and we got to instill some discipline into you so you can have some hard work ethic in you. But that's what you instill into the man, not no false value. Nigga, you got to go out there and create that. So she's just stupid.
I said, I was talking to a friend earlier and I said, the young guy that I was dating for 5 years off and on, I said he had no kids. He was young, very successful, in his field. I said, and what I loved most about him was he showed his responsibility, because in our intimate settings, I never, ever one time had to say, can you put a rubber on? Can you put on a contraceptive? I never had to say that, because in his mind, he didn't want to procreate before marriage. He didn't want to be raw dogging. He didn't want to, even though we might have had 4 or 5 years together and he was in love with me, he was being responsible. And that was a strong act of self-love, because what he was.
So she's saying all of this, and it's going to get to the point where she exposes herself. Like, so she had a man that was being responsible and having discipline. But guess what? This man wants a serious relationship with you, and he's much younger than you too. I think she said that he's about 9 years younger. It's going to get to that. She's going to disclose all of this information, because I've seen the little clips of it, but I don't have the timestamp, so I can't get right to it. So sorry, chat. But this is what's going on. She's dating a man. She's been dating a man, having sex with a man for 5 years. That's about 8 to 9 years younger than her. So she's 42. This man is, this man is probably about 30 something, 31 or something like that. Homie is young. Homie is getting towards his prime. She is out of her prime. Her soil is rotten. But anyways, having a sexual relationship with a man for 5 years, this man wants a relationship with her, but she doesn't want a relationship with him. And then she'll go on to call the man immature and stuff like that. So I'm going to continue on and let it play and hope that we can find that area.
Saying is that, wait, it's not just you know your value, Shy, and you want me to cover up, not just because babies, but obviously STDs, but I know my value as a man. So you ain't got to ask me to cover up because I'm not going in nothing raw. That is a man who loves himself. There's no man who loves himself and will allow himself to be at the highest risk of STDs when we have HIV and other diseases that are not curable, that are at an all-time high and always have been. That is a self-love deficit. And we have that a lot in our community. Private area.
Absolutely.
And they need to act as such. They need to act as such.
So when you are background, I asked them, but he
for family, me loving that woman. You have to get people to see, because I love marriage.
I think it's about to come up. It's when Paul Pierce is going to ask her a question. So let's see.
Like,
hear the dysfunction in all of it. Why do you want to get married and have kids now?
Paul, I love you for that. I know you're serious because that's a good question.
Okay, let's hear that question.
All of it. You talk to people in relationships and you hear the dysfunction in all of it. Why do you want to get married and have kids now?
Paul, I love you for that. I know you're serious because that's a good question. No, because, you know.
Because you hear negative.
You know why she wants to get married still and have kids is because guess what? Her career is not satisfying her. Her chasing her career and being this fake doctor, psychologist, or whatever, it's not fulfilling to her. She's a woman. What's fulfilling to a woman is being in a serious, committed relationship with a man that you love, admire, and respect, and procreating, having some little babies, waking up in the morning and seeing their beautiful eyes and that beautiful smile. That's what's fulfilling to a woman. But this Cheyenne chick, what she did is she adopted the male characteristic traits because of feminism indoctrinated her to go out there and be an independent woman, chase a bag, and put family off to the side. Oh, what? You don't need to worry about family and children. I'll go ahead and just chase my career. And then when I got my career, then I'll look for family and children. So guess what? Her career path that she chose is not fulfilling. So she's still yearning for family and the children. That's just the facts of the matter.
All day.
Right.
And like, why?
That's a real question. That's why I told you earlier. I'm confused about myself.
Because I see people come in my office, and because I'm not a tell me more doctor, I'm not a thank you for your money, figure it out, just come back. No, we work in my sessions. We work. And because I see them come in my office so hopeless, so despaired, so broken, so hurt, so confused, so resentful toward each other, right? And then I see them go from that.
And this is what you want.
I see them go from that with the right tools, with the right guidance, with the right support, learn how to love themselves, how to get out of their own way, how to become healthier within themselves, how to identify the little boy and the little girl in them who is actually in that marriage and not the adult.
Zigzag, I see you. I see your private chat. I'll get you up in a few minutes here. And we'll go ahead and have this debate. All right, let me try to find a point where...
In there. That
damn.
It's because you got that couple of opinions.
Them.
Yeah.
The lady that he wants you to mommy him. That's your first example.
Which
growing
one?
up.
Mom?
Your mom.
Yeah.
Of how to be treated.
Come on.
To be loved.
Come on.
How to be loved.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't he want that? You know what I'm saying?
100%.
And then y'all call y'all man daddy.
Yeah, so the thing is, what Paul Pierce, what he has wrong is Well, when you're in a nuclear family and you see the relationship dynamic of your mother and your father, you're not looking for a woman to mommy you. No, men aren't looking for a woman to mommy them. We're looking for a woman to respect us, just like mommy respected daddy, just like the love that mommy put on daddy. Uh, we don't want no woman to try to treat us like a kid because guess what? With that type of mindset, you'll allow the woman to talk back to you. You'll allow the woman to make certain decisions or maybe even be the final decision maker, like mommy was when you were a little boy. That's all the things that you would accept. And there's a lot of men that don't understand things and they're like, oh yeah, they were raised by a single mom. Oh yeah, I want a woman that's gonna mommy me. Like, that can go 50-50 with me or that can make some decisions. Or if I don't understand certain things, she like, no, nigga, go out there. You don't try to find mommy. Go out there and be the best version of yourself. Go out there, try to be better than your father, right? Then get a woman that respects you just like your mother respected your father. Now, if you wasn't raised in a home and didn't see your mom respect your father, then listen, you gonna be cruising for a bruising right now. You got to try to find this content here or try to find some content like it so we can give you some autocorrect and put you on the right path.
So what we talking about here?
100%, yeah.
Like, so don't try to convince him to not want that mommy.
Okay, super chats we got. I'll get to the super chats real quick because we got a few of them in here. We got Yo Boy Lame says in $5. Greetings from the Philippines, Cooley. Having a ball here. You probably should travel outside of America too, bro. It's a life experience itself. I've been out of America many times, man. I just never been to the Philippines, and guess what? I ain't got no plans going to the Philippines. They gonna think I'm Jordan or Kobe. They gonna be like, Kobe, RIP to Kobe. That's my man, favorite basketball player. They gonna be like, oh, Kobe reincarnated. They gonna think I'm a basketball player because I'm gonna be 3 feet taller than everybody in the Philippines. We got 1914 Equalizer sends in $10. He says, thanks for your words and wisdom, bro Cooley. Hey, man, I appreciate you, man. I really do appreciate you. We got Wick Dreams. Yo Boy Lean has been looking for you to talk about your car's extended warranty. Hey, yo, that's funny. That right there is funny. Yo Boy Lean definitely got on a headset and he looked like he in a call center taking some calls. That's funny. That's OD fun. I wish I would have read that sooner when I was ripping them, but it's still good. It's still a good joke. Shout out to Wick Dreams and shout out to Yo Boy Lane. All right, let's continue on.
Feel like that's the first form of love as a boy you feel. So like, don't discourage that. I feel like that should be more encouraged. Like a man wants that. This is the first form and the purest form of love that you ever gonna get you ever gonna get. A woman gonna come be your girlfriend, your wife, and
man, they just be talking nonsense, man.
Leave you.
It's like everybody got a podcast nowadays. And they got a podcast and they think that they're giving value and stuff like that. It's like, I mean, you got those many subscribers, Paul, and shout out to Paul. I mean, his podcast is growing. This is doing numbers. But I'm not talking about him, but it's so many people that think that they can do podcasts and stuff like that, but they're not really interesting, man. They're not interesting. They don't say anything interesting. Paul Pierce is different. He's a superstar, a Hall of Famer. So he's interesting. In regards to dating and relationships, I'm sure he has some interesting stories, but yeah, man, let's continue on.
Abusive, and I call whoopings.
That's abuse.
No, it's.
I'm trying to find this one question.
That's abuse.
So it's subjective. For some people, you're right, they do consider that abuse.
What's abuse? Let's bring it back.
Physical discipline, meaning spanking.
That's whoop.
And I call whoopings.
That's abuse.
No, it's not. So
that's abuse.
So it's subjective. For some people, you're right, they do consider that abuse.
I agree with Cheyenne on this one. Whooping kids ain't abuse. I mean, I got kids. I don't have to whoop my kids, man. I say one thing, The most I have to do is maybe do a 3, 2, 1 count. They get in line. To my oldest to my youngest.
Some folks like myself, well, I don't consider my ass whoopings I got abused. I don't know if you do.
You said as a parent.
No, I'm saying as a parent. Who's what? And you're already saying she can't do. And we feed on what you just said. It shows up different. You had to learn. I'm dating. I'm single, but I'm dating.
Single but dating.
Okay, here we go. I think I found it. Because Paul Pierce is asking her questions now. Let's bring it back a little bit.
There's automatic limits and barriers that come in that fuck up the relationship. Yeah. Because a mother and son relationship is unconditional love, but there's limits. There's boundaries to keep that relationship healthy.
Yeah.
What's your situation right now?
What you mean situation?
Like,
Happy?
You got a man?
I'm dating. I'm single, but I'm dating.
Single but dating? Something serious more than other?
No, just dating.
We gotta change because she's therapying us.
Yeah.
We gotta make this about her now.
You're right. You kind of therapizing us.
Yeah. So I was like, I want my woman to mommy me.
Yeah.
Hold on, what's going on with you? This is about you. You didn't flip the script on us. We over here.
Reverse Uno.
Man, you sure did.
But it was good. It was insightful.
We need to find out about what's going on with her. She dating, single.
Dating.
What do that entail for a 42-year-old?
I am dating.
Dating but single.
Enjoying my life. I have really good companions.
How many do you dating right now?
So she said she has really good companions. Look at what she says is because she's going to try to change her words. She's already started to change it when he's asking her these questions. So the thing is, she can dish it, but she can't take it. She can dish it, but she can't take it. And even the things that she's dishing, the advice or the, her ideas about dating and relationships aren't even accurate, especially when she's speaking about men. When she's speaking about women, that's generally not even accurate either when you hear the things coming from her mouth. But see the difference is you heard her dishing it the whole time, but now when someone else is asking her questions, it's hard for her to answer direct. Paul Pierce asked her, what's your situation? She says, I'm single, but I'm dating. Oh, you single, but you dating? Yeah, this and this. She's like, oh yeah, I have companions. Watch this, listen closely.
Not exclusively committed to anyone.
She has companions, not exclusively committed to anyone. So what is companions? Companions is she's dating multiple individuals. Let's see here. And as far as dating multiple individuals, we don't know if she's having sex with these individuals. And when it comes to companions, like, what do you mean? Like, are you dating women? Are you dating men? Like, why are you using this word companions where a relationship didn't even start yet? It's a little weird. Let's continue on.
But I have one guy that I have dated off and on for 5 years.
We got her.
We dated for 5 years off and on.
So you was his work for 5 years? You been his work? You still his work?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I know what's going on now. We're gonna take this sheep clothing off.
Good job, Paul Pierce. Ask those questions, but I would ask it direct. You got someone that you having sex with? So he been smashing you for 5 years? What's going on with that? Don't say work, Pierce. You ain't gotta use the words where it's indirect to make the woman feel a little bit more comfortable. No, you've been getting your back blown out for 5 years and you ain't got no relationship. What's going on with that?
Right, the wolf teeth going out. No,
he was somebody's work for 5 years.
We have been each other's companion for 5 years. And
see that? So they have been, with companion, this is these liberal talk and what these feminists speak. They just put everything into one. So in the beginning, she says that and this is me, I'm psychoanalyzing her and breaking everything down. So she answers the questions, I'm single, but I'm dating. I have many companions. She said that she has companions. Then she just says that she's been having sex with a man for 5 years, and she called that man a companion. Okay. Well, are you having sex with other men as well? It's contradictory. Get your words in order.
I have spent the block for 5 years, and it's the truth. And he doesn't like it. He's absolutely correct. He feels like I haven't provided.
Oh, your work.
We working together. Okay. We working together.
But you keeping him at bay. Or is he keeping you at bay?
He wants.
Look at even Paul Pierce. This is crazy, chat. Even Paul Pierce, he's not no relationship guru or anything. Even he has to try to decipher the womanese because they speak so indirect. He's like, wait, you're saying something, but you're not saying anything. Like, answer directly, chick. Even Paul Pierce is having trouble trying to decipher this womanese. And actually, he's doing a fairly good job because he put her in her place. Like, no, you mean you that work? You've been giving up that work? Or is he your work? Or are you his work? You know what I'm saying? So let's continue on.
He wants a relationship. He wants to be committed.
You just like the sex.
No.
Oh.
Let's keep it 100. How you keep somebody for 5 years? That's like for real. You can't keep nobody at a distance for 5 years. I ain't never done no shit like that.
I am not vitamin D deficient.
Okay. He said, listen. She says she's not vitamin D deficient. That's just stupid. Okay. But essentially what she's saying here is, I'll go ahead and break the womanese down for you. She's dealing with a man for 5 years. This man is two ways is going here. Either that this man is inadequate, meaning that she doesn't see a long-term relationship with this man. So she's just using him for sex, meaning they'll link up, they'll have some sex and have some fun every now and then. But there's other men that she is dating that she would want a long-term relationship with, but those men don't want a long-term relationship with her. This is why she said that she has companions and she's dating, right? Which would insinuate that, well, she's been having sex with many other different men, but those guys is literally use her for recreational use only, meaning that they hit it and quit it. They ain't even call her back. They ain't even come back for a round two or any of that. They disposed of that 42-year-old poon, right? So at the end of the day, she has to double back to the dude that's accepting of that 42-year-old poon. That's what's happening. Or the other thing is the man that she's giving up the poon, this young dude, right, that's hitting it, well, he got her in sex zone and she wants a serious relationship with him, but I doubt that's the case. I think it's the other way around. Let's continue on.
I'm trying to no. He
wants a relationship.
She done kept him on the side until she figured out if it's something better. I see where this is going.
He just has some emotional maturity that he had to do. He wants a relationship.
See, she said it right there. He wants a relationship. So she just confirmed. It's the first way that I said it. He wants the relationship. She doesn't want a relationship with him. The man that she's having sex with does not meet her long-term requirements, right? It does not meet it. There's other guys that she is dating, though, that she did have sex with that do meet the long-term requirements, but she doesn't meet the long-term requirements for them. And this is how it happens when you're 42 years old and you hit the wall. The guys that you want don't want you, but the guys that you don't want, they do want you.
Kept him on the side until she figured out if it's something better. I see where this is going.
He just has some emotional maturity that he had to do. We're 9 years apart. He's 9 years younger than me. And so we both had to work through things, but he's had to work on his emotions and his intense insecurities around being in a relationship.
And you've been waiting on it. Like what's the problem? Why y'all not together?
Just because of that,
you're waiting on that.
So she just confirmed that she's dealing with a younger man that has some inadequacies. Well, he has some emotional problems and he's not mature and stuff like that. So she just confirmed it. She's having sex with the man for 5 years that she doesn't see a long-term relationship with, right? So she got a man that she don't really want, right? But the men that she do want, this is why she's still dating and looking for marriage. She literally has a guy that wants a relationship from her, but she doesn't want a relationship back in return. So she's dating and sourcing out other men and other dudes. Listen, if you're the other guy that's been smashing for 5 years, move on, bro. She don't want you. It's stupid. You're in a position where you're getting some box, but it's like it's 42-year-old. Like it's not any good box. It's like it's old box, right? Just go out there, work on yourself, increase your value, and get some younger box, some better box that can give you some kids. This shit can't even give you no kids. You're not going to be able to leave your legacy or anything. Let's continue on.
No, I'm not waiting on it. And I don't have him waiting.
So the D is good.
Oh.
Let's keep it. I mean, that's it's
No, it isn't. It isn't. It's like it just gets the job done. It just on the lonely nights because the guys that she don't want her. It's like this. She would meet a man out or get a guy that slides in her DM, and it'd probably be like a high status guy. And these high status guys probably hitting her up, like the high status older dudes. So they'll take her out, they'll smash. And she's thinking like, oh, I was just with this A-list celebrity. This is the guy that I always dreamed of being with. But they'll dispose of her. They'll just use her for recreational use only, just maybe one night or 2 nights, max of 3 nights. And then she'll realize like, wow, like this guy's a jerk. This all he wanted from me. So then she'll call up Kenny. Hey, Kenny. Yeah, how are you? Yeah, I'll be over. And Kenny waiting. Kenny on the other side of the phone. Kenny was looking at his phone the whole time. He had it right here like, oh, here she goes. She called. Yeah, you can go ahead and come over. Oh, you want me to come over? I'll be right there. So Kenny is just the simp that's just with her for all of these years while she's getting her back blown out by men that she adores, but they don't adore her. And then she just settles back for Kenny because she doesn't want to be lonely. That's what's happening. And guess what? Women, if you're watching this right now, if you wait this long to lock in and get married or have a serious relationship with a man, this is going to be your life. It's going to be your life.
It's like, dude, let's
He put on his red pajamas and feel like he's supposed to get spicy tonight.
This is clear.
Oh my God.
I know her. She from Long Beach. Like, don't try to come with the suit jacket, the boots. You still and the glow.
You know what I mean?
You still from Long Beach. I'm from Inglewood. And I can see that.
I am from San Pedro, a small community.
That ain't what I asked you.
I
asked you about his job and all that.
He does well in all areas.
Okay, she answered that. He does well in all
emotionally.
areas.
Well, I don't know. That's a broad question. What all
Paul,
areas?
You're a man, so you answer this question.
I answered.
Emotionally.
She's dumb. Okay, so Paul Pierce asked her the question, is he good in bed? She didn't want to answer that question, so she said he's good in all areas. Financially, he's good in all areas. But the area that he's not good in, he's not. She's still saying that he's not emotionally there. Like, he doesn't have the ability to regulate his emotions. But she'll say something like, he's not emotional intelligent. He'll get upset about things, or he'll be vulnerable to me and he'll whine. And guess what? I'm 42 years old. I got a lot to deal with. I got multiple businesses. I don't want to be trying to mother a boy. I don't want to try to be mothering a boy. And guess what? This is the same advice that she just gave a minute ago. She just said that, well, there's these men out there, they're looking for a woman that's going to give them love like a mother and mother them. You don't even want to mother the man that you've been dealing with for 5 years, right? A mother is okay with their little son being vulnerable, but guess what? A grown woman isn't. So wake up to reality, Cheyenne. And guess what? Men and women are different. You don't want no vulnerable man. So any man that's watching this right now, just know, don't be crying to your woman. Don't be telling her your problems. Don't say anything to your woman. Only give her the information that you think that, not even that she needs to know. Give her the information that you would, not, let's use a better word, not even want her to know. Man, give her a little bit of information. Less is more, chat. Less is more. The less the woman knows, the more you look better. But these niggas be over here pillow talking after they got some poon. Like, yeah, baby, you know I love you. You know the last girl I was with, she cheated on me. Yeah, she said she was this. You know the last, when my family member died, I wanted to off myself and take my life. Dang, she like, dang, this nigga, well, your last chick broke up with you. You was vulnerable and you wanted to kill yourself, nigga. Who are you? You ain't no man. I don't feel secure. the more vulnerability you show to a woman that you're dating, it increases. I'll say this. The more vulnerable you are with a woman, the less she feels secure in the relationship. I repeat, the more vulnerable you are with your woman, the more you're whining and crying or, not really showing that you can protect and provide, or you have the emotional stability to guide her, in the relationship, the more likely she'll be like, oh, this dude is a wimp. I don't really feel that secure with him. So less is more.
He goes back and forth from, I love you, I want to be with you, I'm mad because you won't be with me, you won't commit to me. And then his insecurities get the best of him. And it's like, I want you, but I'm not sure if I deserve you. I'm not sure that I can facilitate you. I'm not sure that I can be with you. So when
Bro, she just embarrassed the dude that she's been with for 5 years. She basically called him a simp. I love you. I want to be with you, but I don't know if I can handle, your lifestyle and stuff like this. I'm insecure and all of this. Like, chick, you just embarrassed the dude that you've been dealing with for 5 years. I hope he's watching No Fugazi podcast. Run, bro. You're a simp, actually. Well, the truth is that you're a simp. The reason why she embarrassed you, because we all know that you've been simping for this 42-year-old chick. Meanwhile, you're what, 32 years old, or 33 years old? Come on, man. Move on and stop smashing this old desert poon. This is cemetery poon. Stop smashing this cemetery poon. You can't. High risk pregnancy. Kid either gonna come out like this, or you ain't gonna have a kid at all. That's what's pretty much gonna happen. So move on, man. Get a chick where you can leave a legacy with, and stop simping over this old poon.
I say emotionally instability, it's like him wanting to be with me is concrete. That's not unstable. His emotions in the relationship are just unstable, to where as a man, you gotta get vertical within yourself before you can be in a relationship.
Doc, you good with these words.
I am.
You good with these words.
Listen,
because
but
you
let me say
all
this.
these people advice.
Let me say this, Paul.
Ooh, Paul Pierce spitting. You giving all these people advice, but what's going on with your situation? Like, you can't even attract the man that you want in return. No, you only attract the men that don't want you, or you attract the men that only want you for a night. Right? Like, Paul Pierce, he doesn't have like the vocabulary and like the background to really speak on these things, but he should have invited Cooley here on this podcast, because I would have gave Cheyenne a spanking. She would have cried. She either would have cried or walked off the show, or tried to throw hands like some ratchet chicks from New York that I be having on my podcast. It would have been one of those three: cry, rage quit, or try to throw hands, because I would have made her feel this big.
Has every right to feel like what I've been doing as far as being in a relationship with him when I want to and is not something that gives him stability. However, I don't want to commit to a relationship with a man who I feel emotionally is not in a place of being able to be in a healthy relationship.
So why are you messing with him? Why are you playing mental games with him?
I'm not playing mental games with him.
Game.
It's not mental games. It's all transparency.
Why is it still sex involved?
How do you know we sexing? We could.
You just said that you're sexing. You just said that you've been having sex with this man and you've been spinning the block for 5 years. This chick is dumb. And these things have to be pointed out. I'm tired of her going on podcasts with people that's not able to articulate themselves in a way to combat the nonsense that she's saying. I'm tired of it. She needs to have someone like me on a podcast with her. So if anyone, shout outs to Paul Pierce. Set this up, Paul Pierce. If you ever watch No Fugazi, a lot of these people do be watching No Fugazi. I ain't gonna hold you. I'll just say this. As far as athletes, I know people that he cool with that watch me, that DM me all the time. So if you ever check this out, Paul Pierce, other Hall of Famers I know that we DM all the time, that's a fan of the show. But if you ever checking this out, Paul Pierce, invite me on your show, man, and set it up with to have Cheyenne Bryan or maybe some other, chick out there that's a dating coach giving advice, and you're gonna witness a complete obliteration.
Just be having a
Cause you from Long Beach, I know.
Oh my God.
You can't play me.
We
I'm
could
from
not be
I'm
doing
from the
the
wood.
do.
I know what's going on.
But let me say this: it is transparent. He understands. I understand. I understand what he wants. He understands.
So she's just talking womenese again. Like, just get to the point. You don't want a serious relationship. A serious relationship with this man is because he's inadequate. And since he's inadequate, you want to keep it open on your end. He wants a serious relationship with you, but you want to keep it open on your end so you can try to find other potential candidates because he doesn't fully meet your standards, right? So therefore, he's a simp dealing with you. And you know what? The crazy thing is, he may not even be a simp, chat. I'll give you another perspective. He may just be a dude that is like keeping her in sex zone, telling her what she wants to hear, and keep her on that sex, Ferris wheel, just coming back and returning. Because there's another side of this of male game to keep the woman in sex zone, and part of it is giving a little bit, not giving a little bit, right? And she would say it's insecurity. Well, maybe the guys that's smart and understands woman nature, they may say some little things just to kind of get you away at times, but then say the right thing to reel you back in. That's how you keep a chick in sex zone like forever. You know what I'm saying? Where in her mind, she's like, well, he's like have these deficiencies, but he's really great at this. You like kind of confuse this chick. You like puppeteering. You like the master puppeteering this chick. So he could just be having her in sex zone, smashing when he wants and stuff like that. She's probably paying for the expensive dates, but then he got a plethora of other chicks that he's dealing with, and he don't even really care about her. That's the other side of things. Now, it could be like that. It could be like that, but the way she's speaking and how confident she is and all of this is probably not like that. He's probably is simping. I would have to speak with him for 1 minute. And I'll know just off 1 minute of speaking to him, 60 seconds to know which way it's going.
Why I don't want to commit at this moment with him, which is the emotional piece that him and I talk about openly. I support him in it. I hold space for him in it. We've talked about it intensively, and he understands it. And he's
come here.
That's
sit. All right, let him off the leash. Go ahead.
That's what I'm doing. The one walking you at the dog park, than the one on the leash. If that's true.
That's exactly.
So that means, to my point, at 42, I'm not opt out. We are not opt out. Okay, we have options, and we are not on the leash. We can actually be the one holding the leash. It's all about your standards. It's all about.
Look how bossy she's talking right now. Let's put it on a big cam. Cheyenne, let me speak to you. Cheyenne. Let's go ahead and speak to you on the big cam, okay? So, Cheyenne, what you just attempted to do was to cope and to psyop all of the viewers to think that you're happy in the position that you are right now in your dating life. The truth is, you're not happy. You're miserable. The thing is, you got no man on a leash. And the only man that you possibly may have on a leash is a man that you don't want. So you're in a position where you're in the dating marketplace and you're dating many men, but you're not getting long-term attention, dating. You're not getting long-term dating options from men that you want. You're getting short-term dating options with men that you want, meaning guys you'll find very attractive and you would want a long-term relationship with. And I know I'm repeating this, but I'm saying it to you, Cheyenne. You want a long-term relationship with these men, but guess what? They don't want a long-term relationship with you. So therefore, you're settling. You're doing exactly what we say when women hit this age, 42 years old, and they're single, living with cats and dogs, and they're settling with men that they do not want. That's what you're doing. That's a miserable position to be in, Cheyenne. And guess what? You know it's a miserable position. This is why you even said that you want a marriage and you still want kids. Think about it. You are given dating advice, but you don't even have the things that you want out of dating. That's crazy. You are given dating advice, but you can't attract the things that you want out of a man in your dating life. Imagine me if I was like, you know what, man, I'm giving dating advice, and then you find out my dating life is something that I don't even want, right? I'm speaking like this or I'm speaking like that, and then I'm dealing with a stripper or I'm dealing with a woman that doesn't respect me, right? I talk about masculinity and all of this, and I'm dealing with a woman that's talking back to me. You're going to be like, Cooley, you ain't getting what you want out of your dating life. No, but I actually am getting what I want out of my dating life, right? Out of my relationship life. But this woman is miserable. So it makes no sense for you to give advice. And people always say, because they ask me, well, Cooley, what makes you qualified to give dating advice? I would say that, well, in my relationship and in my dating life, I've always got what I wanted. I've never lacked on options. I've always been that guy with many options. And I went ahead and chose a woman that, she won the race out of many other women. And that's who I selected. Some of them may be like, oh, well, why'd you select that type of woman or, single mom or stuff like that? Well, stop it. I have kids, so it's a different dynamic, right? And then they go on that little thing, but they don't understand because most men that say that, they don't even have kids themselves. But the thing is, I can give dating advices because, well, I got exactly what I want out of dating. And not only that, you can't catch me in any logical contradictions or any logical inconsistencies when I'm speaking about dating and relationships. I've never lost a debate. I never lost any debate when we're talking about dating and relationships. Never lost none of them. I mean, have I lost a debate even if I have a feminist on? No, I haven't even lost those debates. So, god dang, if it's anyone you should be listening to, it's probably me. Or, you don't got to listen to me. But anyways, back to Cheyenne. Cheyenne, you're miserable.
You understanding who you are and you standing in and on your square and you doubling down on that, period.
Oh, yeah, Cheyenne, you definitely doubling down, but you do not understand who you are because you don't even understand your position in the dating marketplace. She literally spoke some nonsense and created some coping thing so she can feel like, oh, she has all the power and she has a man on a leash. No, you haven't, that's not a flex. It's not a flex for a woman to have sexual options. No, the flex for a woman is to have one option by a man that she loves, admires, and respects, and from a man that wants to fully commit to her or give her a ring. That's a flex. If you can get a marriage or a serious relationship from a man that he wants to commit to you, but you also love and admire and respect him, then you can flex. But right now, Cheyenne, you are not in a position to flex. So therefore, you don't understand your position in the dating marketplace. You are in a horrible place in a dating marketplace. Like literally, you got to settle. You got to settle for men that you don't want because the guys that you want, they're only going to use you for sex.
There's men out there who will show up in any capacity we want. We don't have to settle. And
we don't have to settle. There are men. This is why she need me on. I would have said, Cheyenne, all of those men that, come on to you and court you, do you want those guys? She'll say, well, no, those guys, I don't want those guys. So why would you speak about men that you don't even want?
We don't have to settle at a certain time. We can do what we want. Because I tell you one thing I'm not doing. I ain't doing time, but I ain't spending a whole lot of time with who I want, when I want. And both of us are enjoying it, getting what we want.
Come on.
Y'all can't be just taking too long when y'all cook. Y'all gotta.
Bruh, that was all cope. That was all cope. This chick is a 42-year-old miserable cat lady, and she's mad. Yeah, man, I don't know. Do I have to even go on? Do I have to continue on with this? I already obliterated her. So let's move right along. Let's hop into debates. Zigzag, I see you in here. Turn on your camera, man. Turn on your camera and I'll bring you on up. Okay, I'll bring you on up in a second. Let me go ahead and get to the super chats. All right, we got Uncle Tiger Sneezes sends some $5. Just a little support. Good show, man. And the chat is hilarious. I gotta go watch Andrew Wilson. Okay. What the chat saying about Andrew Wilson? That's my dog. Okay, someone says get up there and debate. Okay, what's going on in a regular comments? Hey, anyone, because I can't read them all. But anyone that's in the chat right now, if you want to debate, go ahead and click the first link in the YouTube comments. Or go ahead and click the first link in the YouTube description or the first link that's pinned in the YouTube comments, and I'll go ahead and bring you right on up. Right before I bring up Zigzag, I'm going to take a quick bathroom break because homie got a piss, and I'll be right back, and then we'll bring up Zigzag and get into a debate. So give me 1 minute here. All right, we back. All right. Welcome to No Fugazi Podcast. State your name. Where you from? Turn your audio on. I can't hear you. Still can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right, Zigzag, New York City.
Zigzag, New York City. What's going on, man? You here to debate again?
Yes, sir. How you been? All right.
This is what, round 3?
Round 3, baby. Round 3. Let's do it.
All right, round 3.
So I wanted to originally talk about predeterminism, but there was somebody who jumped on before and started to talk about the topic if you're born gay. This is a topic of much interest for the simple fact that it explores a person's psychology, and aside from all that, according, you said it's a choice. Obviously, the choices that individuals make and whatnot. So, can you tell me and briefly how a person is influenced or molded to be gay rather than being born gay?
Yeah, I can go ahead and say. So you think that people? What's your stance on it? Do you think that being gay is a choice, or people are born gay?
No, people are born gay.
Okay, that's what you think. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought we had this conversation before. We never had this conversation before?
We briefly, because we talked about the Holy Ghost at first, but that one was just like a brief topic that really didn't get explored too much because you let other people on and we started talking about something else.
Okay. All right. Well, no, I don't believe that people are born gay. Being gay, one, is an action, and also it's thoughts that do not adhere to the biology. So once again, the biology of the human being is we were made to procreate, right? So all of the chemical influences in our body, they all influence us to want to procreate. Like a man, he has a lot of testosterone. Um, Visually, men are visual creatures. We are attracted to the waist hip ratio of a woman. This is why most men, I would say all men, are attracted to like the small waist and the wider hips, because what this shows is that the woman has a higher probability to give a successful birth. Women, they have biological attraction triggers that's like rooted into their biology as well, which there's its influences. So this would influence the woman too. This is why women are attracted to, like, broader shoulders, like the T shape, wider shoulders, a bigger chest and arms area, like the T part. So our biology is a huge influence on what we would be attracted to, because we were all created for the purpose to procreate. With that being said, I would say that I don't think that anyone is born gay at all. I do think that we are born with our biology, which is the first influence. And I think that gay people, since we have free will, that I do believe in free will, I think gay people, they choose to be attracted to other men. But how they make this choice, it isn't actually like a direct choice. And it isn't a choice that's like usually that they remember, right? It's has to do with, I mean, I'll stop it there. What's your thoughts on that? And then I can break it down more if you want.
Well, okay. Well, you said action, testosterone, and one of the things is like, do you say that gay people have less testosterone than a person who's straight?
No, I don't think that they have less testosterone than a person that's straight.
Okay, I don't know why because you inserted testosterone there. That's why I was curious to see if you were.
I use that as an example to express that the biology, right? The biology on how human beings are created, we are attracted to certain things. Like I pointed the testosterone out just to point out really like the differences of men and women.
That's right, but you use the example of
men and
testosterone.
women.
Well, you use testosterone to say that we're attracted to smaller waist and hips and whatnot, but a gay man can have high
I'm sorry.
testosterone as well.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't. No, you're correlating it to that, but that's not what I said. So that's not a correlation that I made. I was saying the differences. So I just ran off a few differences in the biology of the man and woman.
So, what was the purpose of the differences in biology when I told you to explain if they were born gay or straight? What did that have to do with it? The testosterone topic.
Yep. So it wasn't, I still talking about testosterone. It was just an example to express the differences. So remember when I went ahead and I alluded to the things that men are attracted to when it comes to women? Once again, so pay attention to the conversation.
Does that have to do with testosterone though?
Once again, we are created to procreate. That's why we were created. Do you believe that or no?
100%.
Okay. So since we was created to procreate, our biology has things that influences us to procreate. And I said certain things like I said testosterone because that's like a chemical in the body. Estrogen is a chemical in the body.
Hold on. Let me land my plane. You said things. I want to know what things are. You said we have things in our biology that influence us to like the opposite sex. What is those things? That's what I'm trying to get an understanding.
Yeah, so the chemical influences like estrogen, testosterone, that's what I'm listing off. So all of these are things that would influence the man to procreate. And I think that and it's more than that well, I would say really it's the chemicals that would influence the person from the biology. I would say it would be testosterone, it would be estrogen levels, it would be oxytocin as well. It would be many other chemicals within the biology that influences the man to be attracted to the certain things on the opposite sex, right?
But you just said that wasn't a contributing factor. You said that I was correlating it. You said it wasn't testosterone. Now you're saying it's testosterone. I need to understand if it is testosterone, yes or no.
It's all of them. It's a combination. It isn't just one. I think it's a combination of all of the chemicals that's in the
No,
body that goes to the brain to make someone
there's
want to be
there's
attracted
gay
to something.
bodybuilders that are fully intact as far as hormones ratio to testosterone and estrogen
That
ratio,
doesn't
and
disprove my point.
they are gay. How
Yeah, that
doesn't it
doesn't
disprove your
disprove my
point?
point.
Well, how could you prove your point?
Because what else did I say?
You said that the ratios and the mix of
No,
those
what else did I
chemicals
say
influence
after
that. You said it's an influence. That's what you said. The biology
that? Okay.
influences
And
what
then
we think
what else?
and what we choose.
Good. What else did I say after that?
You said nothing after that. That's all I
Yeah.
heard.
No, see, you wasn't active listening, my friend. This is my third
Okay.
debate with you.
So
So I
show me
already
that you
know how
didn't.
you don't active listen. Remember I said that we are human beings of free will? Did you not hear
Yes.
me say free will? Right?
Yes.
So this is the ability to make a choice. So even though our body influence us to want to procreate, but since we are human beings of free will, that means that the man still chose not to want to procreate. Like think about it. Gay people, they actually demonstrate free will because your biology is the first mechanism of influence. It's the first influence mechanism of procreation, your biology. So if someone went against their own biology, this would show you that we are not just our biology. We are more than our biology. We are spiritual beings, right? Conscious
I
beings.
agree with that.
Therefore, we have free will, and their free will superseded their own biological attraction triggers. So this boy that was birthed, his biology is telling him vagina. Please take vagina. Please take vagina. Small hips, wide waist, take vagina. But his free will, based off of other things that influence him, made him choose to still like a man and want to
Let
have
me let me
anal sex, which is disgusting.
okay, let me ask you a question,
All
Cooley.
right.
Can
See,
you
now you
if
don't got
you
much to say, huh?
well, no, of course I'm tying it in
All
there, bro.
right.
Listen, don't
All right.
those little tactics don't do them, bro. Just listen. We're gonna flow in the conversation.
I'm
But check this
listening.
out, Cooley.
All right.
Suppose it. If you can you stop being straight right now and say I'm gonna choose to like men? You think that's possible? Because I thought, you know why I thought about this carefully. I said, how can a person choose to be gay? Where if I wanted to choose to be a gay man, it would be almost impossible. So can you choose to be gay?
Anybody can choose to do anything that they want. We are beings of free will.
So when you
Any person on this planet I could choose to walk over to my neighbor's house and murder everyone if I wanted to. So I can
well, that's
still
a
make that
totally
choice.
that has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
Well, no,
Totally different. We know that has
no,
nothing to do with what we're talking about.
no, yeah, it does. It's an action.
No, it does not. You talk about well, okay, it's an
Yeah.
action. Okay, so let me ask you: if it's an action, right? If it's an action, so you're saying that a man that dresses like a woman and acts like a woman is actually a woman then, because he's acting like a woman
You said that a man that dresses like a woman is a woman because
and acts like a woman. Is
is
he a
he a
woman?
woman? No, no. Why would I think that? No.
Yep. Well, then that's an action. He's acting like a woman. Under your logic, you would say that he's a woman.
No, that doesn't even correlate. Explain to me from what I just said how you can move the goalposts and map that onto that.
So it's not. I'm not moved because you moved the goalpost when you said murdering
No,
somebody.
that
Now,
was an
listen to the
example.
question.
No,
You said,
that was an
okay. Well,
answer
then
to your
listen.
question. You said that. Listen, I'm listening to you. Listen to me real quick. You
Good.
asked
I'll
me a
let you go.
question.
Good.
You said that. Do you think that you can right now, currently? Do you think that you can choose to be gay? I said any
Hmm.
person on this planet can make any choice they want if they want to do it. That's what I
Absolutely.
think, right? So so
Right.
then I used going to the neighbor's house and murdering everyone as an example to say, well, I can really choose to do whatever I want. Me as a man, you asking me a direct question, would
Okay.
I
I see where you're
choose
going
that?
with
No, I
that.
would never
I
choose
see
that.
where you're going with that. So, okay. So you're saying action, right? When you sleep with your girl, do you have to think about your dick getting hard or does it just get hard?
Yeah. So I want you to be more direct. How about you say this? How about you say coolly? There's more to us than action. You know, I believe influence creates thinking, thinking creates behavior. So you know my beliefs. This is our third debate. So
Right. But
speak
that's why I'm
direct.
challenging that belief, even that belief, because I believe
Okay, we
identity
can get down to the
influences
point
your
though.
behavior,
You said
not thinking.
identity.
You're right. Yes.
Okay. How can what makes up your identity?
Whatever you identify as. When you say I am, you're identifying as something.
Okay, so what is it? What you
That's the
think?
self-awareness of whatever you think you are. Isn't that a thinking? You think you are something, so you would say I am.
Okay. I thought you just said that we don't think things. Say that again. So you said that
Okay,
our
well, that
identity.
you because you threw in a question that had nothing to do with what I'm talking. Listen to the question. If you sleep with your woman, right?
Yeah.
Your little wee wee gets hard. Do you think about that, or does it happen automatically? Is it part of the autonomic nervous system that responds to the chemistry of what's happening between you and somebody else outside of you?
It's auto.
It's auto, exactly. So
It's
then,
auto.
if it's auto, now
Mhm.
somebody can't just choose to be gay. They are gay because they're automatically attracted to that. How are they choosing to do that? And now I can see what you're saying with the acting part. I can be an actor, right, in a movie and play a gay man. Does it mean I'm gay? I'm doing it for the interest of making a movie. There's people who do gay for pay. There's people who do gay porn and they're actually straight. Majority of them.
So your argument is since the man or the woman doesn't know or they're not thinking directly about getting horny, then there it's not a choice. And I don't know if you heard, but we can go over it. Do you think that people make indirect choices, like choices that they don't act, that's not on the forefront of their mind? What do you think makes people make choices of, like, if you throw a ball at them, they put their hands up to catch it?
Well,
Like
can you
this.
repeat that question? I don't understand that question.
Okay, so like the human being's natural reflexes. If I throw a ball at you, you'll put your hand up to catch it, or you'll like move out the way. That will be like a natural reflex.
Right, it's a defense mechanism
It's a
that's
defense
instilled in.
mechanism
Right,
that's instilled into the biology. Now
right.
we also have reflexes to get horny, right? We have these natural reflexes that, well, I don't have to think about getting my wing hard. The woman doesn't have to really think so much about getting moist down there. It's a natural reflex when maybe a man is turning her on and making her feel the vibes. These would we would consider to be like a natural reflex to things. Now, if you peel the layer back to these natural reflexes, our biology influences us to have certain reflex, like a reflex to if someone throws the ball for safety, to be safe. Our reflex to get horny, that is to procreate. Why is it that a man gets horny to another man? This means
It's
that something else, real quick, this would mean that, well, something else got in the way of where his reflex was supposed to go, and it went another way. And
what is that?
what I'm saying, the reason why it went another way is what he was influenced around outside of his biology, right? So let me break it down because I don't think you actually heard my full argument. You just asked me some questions, I started to answer, and then you cut in. So here's my argument, right? I don't think that human beings are born gay. I think influence creates thinking, and thinking creates your behavior. So I think that a child at a very young age was influenced to adopt certain attraction triggers. And how this works is very micro. Like when the baby is in the womb, the baby will hear the voice of the mother, a soft voice, and maybe a masculine, deeper voice of the father. So even in the womb, that the baby is already being influenced by very little subtle things, not too much, but things that they can't even comprehend. I would say things that don't even count. After the baby comes out the womb, though, in that like year from 1 to 3 years old, this is when they're just absorbing information. They're like taking in everything. And I think during those prime years of 0 to 3, well, if the boy gravitates more towards of adopting the attraction triggers of the mother, then guess what? The boy would be attracted to the things that the mother is attracted to, like a man. If the boy adopts the attraction triggers of the father based off of the influences, then the boy would be attracted to things that the father is attracted to, like a woman. That's what I believe. I don't think that a baby is born thinking about sex. I think that babies come out an empty slate, a clean slate, but their first influence, their like first prominent influence is the biology. Because like you get hungry, you scream, you got to eat, right? There's biological things first, and then everything else is outside influences. So really, I would think that, well, a child that is gay, well, you adopted the attraction triggers of your mother. That's what happened. So you gravitated more towards mommy.
So then let me ask you this: is being gay a sin?
Being in my worldview, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you say we're born sinners. Uh, why would being born gay not be a sin that you're born with?
We're born with the potential to sin.
So then we aren't born gay sinners, or are we like
Well,
not
that's what
born sinners?
like babies don't go to hell.
No, not the physical body of the baby and the spirit. Like you said, they're clean slates, but the body doesn't go to hell. No.
We're born in a world of sin. So we're born with the potential to sin. We're born in a world of sin. You get what I'm saying? So that's
Yes, yeah, I believe that too. Yeah, we're born here perfect in every way, and
Well,
we
no,
are fed bad ideas like limiting beliefs and
I
whatnot and
wouldn't say
whatnot.
that. I don't
Yeah.
think that human beings are born perfect. I don't believe that at all. What I do believe is that our environment makes up a lot of the path that we are going to choose. But no, we're born in a world, since everyone sins on this planet, then that child comes in with an empty slate. It's a clean slate.
But what is a sin?
A sin would be something not of God, so something immoral.
But what if you're not
Real quick,
religious?
where is this going towards the conversation? You're like getting off topic, or kind of
Because we talked about born gay being a sin, and we're just getting into the topic. We're still
well,
on
I'll let
topic.
you speak more.
We're
We'll
still
kind
on the
of wrap
topic.
this up so we stay on topic. Like, kind of make a point, make your point.
But we are on the topic. I said, are we born
Well, make
sinners?
your point. I'm
We
allowing
talked
you to make
about being gay is a sin, and right. So now we said being gay
Okay.
is a sin, and then I said if you're not religious, then what would be a sin to a person who's not religious? When you said it's not of God, what if a person doesn't believe in the same God you believe in? How would it be a sin?
Okay, so well, is this still on the topic of gay?
Because everything you believe, because everything
How?
you believe in fundamentally is a theory. It's a
Okay,
theory.
so
It's not a fact. It's just your preference,
yeah,
and then you
so this is
like the way you'll explain it. You see, whenever I speak on it, I don't say this is a fact or anything like that, but you'll talk about it as if it was a fact. You know what I'm saying? And it's all theories. Even when you were talking about dimensions with the Hebrew Israelite, that's all even in the realm of theories too.
all right. So I'm gonna make it clear here. You lost the debate in
Now,
regards to people being born gay because you're literally getting off topic now, and you're starting to speak about like morals.
I didn't lose
You're
any
like
debate.
speaking about morals and stuff now, and you want to get into objective versus subjective morality and what if,
Gay comes down to morality and all that. It's the same
well,
thing. But go ahead. Where do you want to steer it where you want to go then. Steer it where
okay,
you want to
well
go.
that would be a different topic because we were just speaking about is people born gay or not born gay.
I got you. I'm
I
letting you steer
okay,
it.
real
Steer it where
quick.
you want.
I think I made my argument where you gave no refutation for. You did not refute my argument. I fully made my argument. You did not refute it. So now, if you want to go on to speaking about the morality of gay people, if it's moral or immoral, if it's objective or subjective morality, then we can get into that conversation. So you asked me a question. You said, "Well, you believe gay people are sinning, but what if people do not believe that it's a sin? What if they believe that is moral?" That's basically what you just asked, right? Okay,
Cool.
so what's your point?
Yeah.
What point do you want to make, or what argument do you want to make on that?
Well, because you said that it's a sin, and I asked you what is a sin. You said it's something that doesn't go with God, and I said if a person is not religious, how is it a sin? That means it would have to get into the debate of your preferential way of thinking over a person who's not religious.
Totally fine. That is totally fine. So you want me?
So how is that moving the goalpost?
Well, that's an entirely different debate, but totally fine. You want me to answer your question on how
Yes.
is it still a sin if someone is atheist? Okay.
Yeah. And I'm not atheist, but
Yeah,
it's a
I know.
question.
Yeah, I know you're not. You believe that you are God.
Yes.
Chat. This is a guy that believes that he is God. So he believes that his preferences supersedes
But
any other
Cooley, you are God
preferences.
too, though. You know that? You are God also.
No, I'm not.
You don't have to believe that, but that's what I'm
No,
saying.
no, no. I'm not a god, man. I'm just David Cooley. Just a human being.
But then that would come down to what is your definition of God? What is mine? We already had this debate, which I already completely went over and pretty much dismantled myself against you. Where you said you won that debate, but you
No,
didn't.
no. So
But I like the fact that you act delusional when you debate people. You think you win every single debate, but you don't.
well, you know what? It's kind of like well, and then
I
we'll
respect that
get
though.
into the conversation. I don't act delusional and think that I won debates. I think that when I'm having debates with people, and you or maybe some other people as well, you guys never like refute my argument, but then I'll give an argument. I'll refute. You'll give an argument, and I'll fully refute your argument, and then but you don't refute my argument. So it's like I would say that I won. Like just the beginning of the debate, you brung up a conversation. I fully put an argument forth, and you did not have any refutation for it at all. I would say I won that portion of the debate. And that's normally how things would go. Or I'll get someone to rage quit. And if they rage quit, it's like, all right, I won that debate, right?
I'm never
I
gonna
know
rage
you
quit. I'm
haven't
never gonna
rage
rage
quit,
quit.
but I've been having many people that normally rage quit. The last 5 debates has been rage quits. I don't know if you've seen. But anyways, all right.
And
So
then I support your channel, by the way. You know that I send money to your channel too. I actually enjoy this channel, even though I don't agree with more than half the shit you say. But I enjoy. Actually, you know what? You probably inspired me to probably even want to make my own
you
podcast. To
know
be
what?
honest.
Listen, man, you should. You
So
should, man. And you know, I appreciate the support. This is the third debate that we have. I already knew that you at least enjoyed our conversations because
of course,
you would come back and come back. And this is our third debate, but I think we spoke about 5 times thus far. Um, so yeah, I appreciate the love, man,
yeah.
and I don't mind having you up. Okay, so I guess we can go into subjective versus objective morality. I do know that you think that morality is subjective because you think that you are your own God. You are God and everyone else are their own separate gods, right? Um I
Right.
don't believe that at all because think about a world like that. Remember the last conversation, how we ended it? I said that if we have a battle of worldviews, my worldview versus your worldview, which worldview would live in peace and harmony, and which worldview would create chaos and bring destruction? Your worldview, let me
You.
finish. Once again, your worldview, when you
Mhm.
believe in subjective morality, everyone else sets their standard of good and their standard of bad. So therefore, if you have a community, what this house thinks is good, the other house thinks is bad, and everyone would be fighting amongst one another because they are their own gods. I believe in objective morality. Okay, something just happened. I believe in objective morality. So therefore, it's basically about
Probably lightning.
what I'm sorry. What
It was lightning. Sorry, I didn't
Oh,
mean
it
to
was
throw you off.
lightning that
Lightning.
happened.
That's
Yeah, you
probably what you
like
saw.
you. I'm like, what
Mhm.
happened? Is it a picture on the screen? But anyways, I believe in objective morality. So therefore, I don't think that I am God, and the people that share my values, they don't think that they're God. They're not that egotistical to think that they are the arbiter of what's right, what's wrong, and what's good and what's bad. So therefore, we can come together collectively off of believing in a higher power than ourselves to get morality from, which has over 2,000 years of history. I would say 4,000 years of history that's rooted, that literally built the Western nations, that built many societies and stuff like that too, off of the belief that there is one God, right? And that we are not gods. So therefore, I would say that my world it has a greater potential of having more peace than people that adopted your worldview. And you even conceded to that last debate, didn't you? You conceded to
Well,
that
yeah,
point.
but the reason I told you that it would appear to
Okay.
be yes, I'm answering your question now. But the reason why is because this system is set up in a certain way to have to follow that actual system. It's actually designed around the illusion of power, which is money. If you really think about it, money has like no absolute value at all. It's just paper. It's backed up by nothing. You get what I'm saying? So in a world that we have to depend on like acquiring resources the way we do, you froze, bro.
iPhone?
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, yeah. All right. I mean,
Oh,
I can see you now. So now, when you look at this, for example, let me ask you this, and it's not moving the goalpost. Are you there? Damn. I hope it didn't come out.
all right, chat. I'm on my phone right now. I lost some internet connection. I guess it's a storm out here. Um, so I'm currently live on my phone. What we're gonna do is, yeah, I think that other guy left too. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and wrap up stream. So appreciate everyone that's been supporting. Like the podcast before you go. Hit that bell icon so you're notified of when we go live next, and subscribe to the podcast if you already aren't. And peace. We out. Let me see if I can actually end the stream on my part. Hold up. Yeah, my internet fully went down. It's a storm where I'm at. How do I end stream? Okay.